Looked like you almost panicked there for a second on the buttons.
No, I just realized I still have no hearing in my right ear, so like I was freaking out for a second. It's a long story. You don't got to get it. Hey, welcome to the show, everybody.
Welcome back to another episode of the Wanger Show.
Another one. Nobody panic about my ear. Okay.
Well, well, first of all, it's the 363rd episode of the Wanger Show.
363, say Christian.
Yeah.
Pokemon today. Can you guess it?
Oh,
I don't know why
it's
I'm
an
actually
evolved
expecting
form.
you.
Angie, are you a Pokemon fan?
You know what? I have a lot of friends who are and coworkers who are, but I myself am not familiar.
It's a backhanded comment.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
He's basically saying no, and it's stupid.
No, you loser. What was it last week?
I don't remember.
No,
That's a whole other page. Spiel.
Oh!
Looks like a seal, but
It's
a little,
it's a little big eel.
Yeah. It's a little thick. You know?
Little thick boy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just sitting there. He's got little cute little
Okay.
He's
teeth.
big bone.
Yeah.
He's big boned. There
Just
you go.
round. Yeah.
Yes. Wait till you see the evolved form.
Spiels.
So Spiel. I don't know. Welcome back, everybody.
Hey, guys.
This is the Wanger Show.
Welcome.
It's a show where friends come together, have a good old time, have a good old chat. And this week, we're going to have a good old chat with a good old friend, good new friend, Angie Shell.
Hi. Hey, guys.
That's the crowd over there. Welcome. Welcome to the show.
Hi, thank you.
Yeah. This is, well, I guess first things first. Who are you? Tell us who you are.
Hi, I'm Angie Shell. I'm originally from Lancaster, Pennsylvania. I moved to Los Angeles in November 2019. I am a silicone painter and a practical effects makeup artist, and a little bit of beauty and hairstyling here and there as well.
Woo! Yeah, we had to have her do Cody's makeup prior to the show. And
Yeah.
woof,
Yeah.
it was a lot. We thank you for that. We very much appreciate that.
Big
no
task,
problem.
you know.
Yeah,
Appreciate that.
So basically, we got in contact with you through our good friend. Well, this is even funnier story. So, well, basically, you worked on our most recent short film, Dawn, and
Coming soon.
Coming soon,
Ish.
not too soon, but
It's on the way eventually.
soon to festivals, hopefully.
Yeah.
Please.
You'll see it.
Yeah,
Don't worry.
Please take it, please. Yeah, our good friend Robert Butler III recommended you.
Right.
And while we were on set filming, I think we were talking about this, and I was like, "Oh yeah, RB3, our good friend Robert. You worked with him," and you were like, "Who?"
Oh, no.
And but I was like, "Did Robert set me up? Like, what the fuck? What happened?"
No, he did not.
No, but then I think we eventually got there. I can't remember what was it. The paper was the castles, the cardboard castles. Was that the one you
Cardboard
worked on?
castles. Yep.
Yes.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
We did get there. I think it
Okay.
took us the entire shoot, but we did.
Probably, yeah.
Was
a
it
very
just
long
because
shoot,
you
yeah.
referred to him as RB3 and she was like, who's that?
I did, yes, because I did the same thing with Laura,
Oh,
who was our
that's
sound
right.
engineer.
Right.
She's like, who? I was like, and nobody knows this
We
man.
forget
is
that we
RB
don't, not everyone refers to each other by the stupid nicknames
Yeah,
that we all do. Yeah.
So we eventually got there, but luckily he recommended you, and we got to chatting, and you helped us on this project, and we honestly could not have done this without you, because the stuff you brought to the table for this short that we did.
The short films table, not the actual
Not
table
the
that
actual
you're seeing
table.
here. This was not a part of it. Spoiler alert.
If it's a testament to good old Reagan right here, we were in very good hands on that shoot, and so thank you, and just welcome. It's cool that we're finally here. We're doing this.
No, it was really awesome to be connected with you guys. I kind of feel like we, after we met a couple times and we got to set, everything was super just smooth sailing. We had so much fun.
Yeah, no, I mean...
Good, 'cause on the inside, I was screaming, and I was like,
Yeah.
oh, God!
I don't know if you could tell,
Burning
but
money here, Christian!
Cody and I
Yeah.
are co-directors, and the third partner in that is anxiety and panic attacks.
Yeah.
Right,
yeah,
always.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah.
Always an executive producer there. Yeah.
But I mean, I'm always very nervous when interacting with newer people that are going to be potentially part of the crew, because I don't know, I want to be able to make sure that they're comfortable on how they work, and they're, comfortable with the way that we work.
Mm-hmm.
And, I don't know, you don't know us. You're like, oh, these guys could be just fucking assholes,
Yeah.
And, but it turns out like you were just so awesome to work with,
Thank you.
and
Oh my
very
God.
passionate about everything. Because I think when we initially talked, we were kind of asking small things here and there. And then we were like, no, we would love for you to be on set and help out with some things. And I think at that point you're like, oh yeah, let's go, let's do it.
Yeah. I didn't know if it was kind of like a fabrication that I dropped off to you guys and then kind of saw the finished product after.
Yeah.
But yeah, it super quickly, became something I was super passionate about, like just the script. And I feel like in this day and age, like we can all kind of understand the stress of being hunted for sport.
Yeah.
Like we kind of have been feeling that in our daily lives. So
yeah. What do you mean? Expand on that. No.
Oh God.
Yeah. No. I totally agree. And yeah, the last thing that I want to do, like we take the work that we do serious to the point where we're not trying to waste anybody's time. But to what you were saying about having fun on set, at the end of the day, like as stressed out and like as anxious as we are doing it, we like try to take a step back and like look at what we're doing right now. Like we don't get to do this that often, so let's take advantage of it and just have and make the best out of it. And I think that's what we ended up doing.
So you didn't sleep the night before, Cody. It's fine.
It's fine.
It's okay. You're out there making movies with friends. It's all right.
Who needs sleep?
Yeah.
I mean, stress and excitement, they come from the same part of the brain, I think. So
Frontal lobe.
How do we know? Yes, that's
I was a psych
exactly
major. I should know
You should
that.
know something about the brain, but it's
F-top.
okay. Yeah.
Frontal, temporal, occipital, parietal? Parietal?
I know no parts of the brain, so you got more than
something
me.
like that.
This
I don't
is,
know. I
okay.
barely passed getting a psych degree, okay?
Okay.
No, that's not true. I did fairly well.
Thank God.
That's my id
Like,
talking.
yeah, you had to like,
Yeah.
no, Christian, you did
Talking
do
to
good.
myself.
Yeah, you got a degree. Come on.
So yeah, we worked on the project. That was way back in January. I'm sure we pushed that shooting date multiple times. I'm sure.
I think we were supposed to do in like November at one point.
Yeah.
And then other things that we'll bring up once the thing comes out
Yeah.
happened that kind of pushed things. And it was wild.
Yeah, and I don't blink for the entire month of October, so it was
That's
it
also
was a little
true.
crazy.
Yeah, that is also true. Yeah. I think like going back to the nervousness of like, I think the more that I just started talking to you and the more we were like sort of geeking out about certain gags that we wanted to do in the short, that's when we're like, oh, okay, we're like, this is it right here. This is like what we want to do.
Yeah.
And I think it turned out really, really well. Like all the stuff that we did, we'll try not to. We're obviously not going to like spoil anything from the short film, but there's some really cool stuff in here that I was just like blown away. I remember, I think you might have like shown some test stuff, and I was like, oh yeah, that could be cool. And then when you like bought the stuff to like apply it on some of the actors, I was like, great, yeah, that seems appropriate. And then like I turn and I see Andrew, and I'm like, oh my god, holy shit.
What did you do to him?
What happened? I was like, oh my god, this is for real. Like we're doing this for real now.
Especially considering before that, whenever we do stuff like this, our budget would be like, oh, we have a red Sharpie and like a fake mustache.
Oh,
like,
we'll have to show you. We did this short film called Teddy where we had a creature burst through someone's chest.
Oh, nice.
And I remember that was actually fun because I think would
have loved to have had her on board for that one in hindsight. Yeah.
But I think we like got a shirt, ripped it like a big old hole in it, put some fake blood around it. There might have been a red Sharpie too.
Yeah.
And then we had a friend in the UK actually like do the effect. Tommy.
All right.
Green.
Yeah.
I think
because we had the green underneath it.
To do that.
Yeah.
And that was the extent of like, oh no, we put a little blood on Brian.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's
we put
right.
some blood
Yeah.
on someone's head.
Yeah.
I think that's it. I think that's the extent of our special effects that we've ever done.
So we came to you with questions and you delivered.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, in your defense, heads bleed. So it's kind of like if you're bleeding from your head and there's just blood all over your face, that's probably accurate to be honest.
Okay. All right.
As someone who's cracked their head open before.
Oh no. Let's talk about that.
Get into that?
Yeah.
Wait, can you guys see the scar? It's like right at my hairline. I know. It's chonky.
Whoa.
So
That's how you got into wanting to do makeup and effects.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
No. Well, I used to be a scare actor when I was younger. When I was like in my teens, I did makeup and scare acting because it was just fun, and I'm just obsessed with horror.
Yeah.
And I got it while I was acting because I didn't, like the haunt that I worked at, they weren't great with safety.
This is in Pennsylvania.
Yeah. And so I remember like I was kind of like messing around in one of the rooms and I didn't know about like some of the tech that was in the room. And it was like this giant door that opened like an elevator, but it was like vertical.
Oh no.
And it had like bolts at the bottom of it. And you flipped a switch and it would go, and then you would flip it. Or no, it would automatically go back down. And apparently when they would do safety, they were always like, don't race the door. And like 15-year-old me was like, I'm gonna raise the
door.
door. The door won.
Well,
so they took the door out, so it's
Oh,
cool.
okay.
I'm sure
you got the
fine
last
now.
laugh.
Yeah.
then.
I
They had to
did.
retire
Suck
the
it,
door
door.
after that. Yeah.
I am paying attention. I'll make sure I just post this on Instagram too. At least it wasn't like a kid or something like that. Because I think about that all the time. When I was younger, I used to love going to Scary Farm, and then I think I got a certain point where I went to Scary Farm when I was a little bit too old because I was like, whoa, there's just like a lot of kids running.
You were
around
38
that.
years old.
Yeah,
when this-
yeah.
of
This
course.
was like a year ago.
Yeah.
And but the first time I went to Universal, I was like, oh, this is like for real. Because obviously, I mean, like the stuff at Scary Farm is like incredibly charming because I feel like it's not Scary Farm. They do so much. There are so many different mazes. It's like spread out so much more. And then at Universal, it's a little bit more limited, but they put more like assets into it. And also it's Universal, so they're gonna have like pretty legit sets and everything.
I know. I mean, how amazing is it that you get to go through like the Dracula house or the
Yeah.
Frankenstein house?
Oh, yeah.
I think that's awesome that we get to actually see the Uni monsters in person because
Yeah.
a lot of like FX artists and practical effects artists, it's like that was our inspo. So
Yeah, that. I feel like that's what it started at all.
I know.
The classic monster movies.
Yeah. I know that like kind of like around the Great Depression, I think the Uni monsters were kind of like coming up, and it was like an amazing way for us to kind of cope as a society. And that was like the
Just look
start
at
of it
scary
all. I know.
So we've always just been like in fear for our entire
It comforts
lives.
us from the actual fears of life.
Yeah.
Because like I think if for us because I mean I can't not talk about Godzilla without an episode, because I feel like for Japan that was their monster I don't know if it was their OG monster. 54, because what was the first monster movie? Was it Nosferatu technically, or Notre Dame?
I believe it was
One of those two, like in the 20s and 30s, or maybe so. We were ahead of the curve.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. But monsters have just been in the blood of movies and society, as it should be, because we love fake monsters, but we live with real monsters. Oh, put it on a shirt.
That's deep.
Put it on a shirt. Give me that. Thank you. Thank you.
Nicely done.
You need
buddy.
snaps.
Yeah.
right.
You need
No,
snaps.
because it's all metaphorical, right? Like all these monsters. It's and I know we've all talked about this with the script. I did talk about it with one of our actors, Chris, a lot, because we worked closely together, and we were just talking about like our perceptions of the script, and I felt very seen because I was like, oh my god, he perceived it exactly the same way I did.
Oh, yeah, good.
Yeah,
Good.
Nice.
Because
so-
when I read it, I was like, and Cody told me what it was like really about. I was like, oh, I was off.
Yeah.
Way
I
off.
thought this was a musical rom-com
Yeah,
that you had in mind, Cody. Did
I
not
thought
see
this
the
was a-
metaphors you had
I
here.
thought this was a coming of age
Yeah.
tale. Whoa, this is weird. No, yeah, that like little validation is cool. And even still, like even if like perception is different, I think that's still good. Like we'll have like an intent, like here's what we are trying to say, but then if somebody else watches it and they have something completely different, I'm not gonna take that away. We're not gonna be like, you're wrong. You are. But then it's however anybody wants to like perceive it, Unless it goes like way off the deep end. It's like, well, that's you might be reaching, but cool, And then if there are happy accidents where we're like, yeah, we totally intended that, because that happens all the time.
Yeah, what do you mean we do that?
Yeah,
on
no,
purpose?
we meant to do that. Yes. Yeah. Rosebud. We meant to do that.
Sure.
Yeah. Well, something I heard all the time when I was going to school, like, is art is subjective, and so it was like drilled into us. And so every time I kind of like hear something and I'm like, oh my god, I didn't even perceive it that way, I go, oh yeah, art is subjective. It's like it's such a like what is it, burned in my brain?
Yeah. One of the lobes.
One of the lobes.
I don't know which lobe that one's in.
It was definitely one of the ones that you mentioned
Yeah,
earlier.
there are
There's like 8
definitely-
of them.
I don't know exactly all
Comment
4
below.
of
How
them,
many lobes does the brain have?
but there
Let us know.
definitely are 4. There are
Yeah.
4 lobes.
Okay. Well, that's good to know. I wanted to ask
Yeah.
the audience.
It's an even number, so
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We like even.
Comment what's your favorite lobe. Let us know. There we go.
There you go.
Yeah.
A big fan of the frontal,
Okay.
because that's for sure one of them.
Okay.
It's in the front.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that's really awesome. And that's cool that you and Chris got to like chat about that stuff too. I think one of the things that I wish I did do more is like break down and talk with him more specifically, just because like we were going like so fast. And I think Cody and I talk about all the time about the lessons that we learned from this short film. There's a lot.
More time would have been nice.
More time would have been
space it out a bit.
very preferable.
Yeah.
But you know, this is our second short film in a row that we've shot like 3 days. Not in a row. The last one we did before this one, we shot like 3 days in a row. Yeah. And then even then, we still went back to our filming location and did pickups. That's just a habit of ours, I guess. We're gonna try to stop on the next one. Hopefully, we can get it all in one.
Everything.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, you got to return to the scene of the crime. I
That's
get it.
true.
I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it happens. It's always reassuring when you hear that stuff on big films when they have. I mean, they could afford it too, but yeah, it's always nice to hear that. But then on this one, you know, I think I can't remember the page number for Scare Tag. I think it was like 15, 16. This one was like 12 or something like that. So, you know, meant a little bit longer. So I think for us trying to map out those days correctly and then making sure everyone's cool with the schedule. And when I tell the audience that people on the shoot were cool with the schedule, like thank you for being, we really did ask a lot.
Yeah.
And, you know, I think everybody understood, like, yeah, this is independent filmmaking at its finest.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So, yeah, you know,
It's like,
I hope you've caught up on your sleep.
Yeah.
oh yeah, no, we're warmer and we are more rested.
Oh, man.
Forgot about the cold aspect of it. Yeah, that was
so
wild.
So cool. I mean, I don't know what everyone's complaining about. I was fine.
I'm sure you were.
I was toasty. I had like 3 jackets on. I gave somebody else my second pair of gloves. No, yeah, it was a lot. But yeah, no, it was a lot of fun. What would you say, Angie, was your favorite moment of the entire filming?
My favorite moment? Wow,
Yeah,
I don't know.
Do you have one?
I mean,
What's your least
There wasn't a
favorite
single time where she was like, I'm having fun right now. She was like, get me out of here.
I'm having so much fun.
Yeah.
Well, you guys introduced me to Firehouse Subs for the first time. That was pretty awesome. I never had it before.
We only have the finest catering on our shoots. So
Absolutely.
Firehouse Subs.
You know.
Yeah, no, that was fun. I think, like, basically seeing, like, I think when I was doing Andrew's makeup and kind of, like, walking in to do the touch-ups and stuff, and then, like, I feel like there was the most going on at that point in the shoot. I don't know if I would call it the peak, but it was just so cool to see everything happening, and it was, like, I, like, remember seeing it on the camera and being like, wow, this is scary.
Yeah.
Like, you know, and it's so exciting. I love that feeling.
No, yeah, no, I absolutely. It's like both his moment, and then there's a moment with some makeup you did on Grace that, like, when we that was a much quicker process because that was also very early in the morning, so it was also like, okay, let's wake up and hurry, come on, get to it. And then when I saw it, I was like, oh my god, it's like fucking perfect.
Yeah, actually, no, I think I have to take that. It's either the part with Andrew or the part
one.
with Grace. I think you guys know which.
Yeah.
part I'm
Yeah,
talking
yeah,
about.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, that was
These stories
so
are going to make a lot
awesome.
more sense to you guys eventually.
Yeah, we're dancing around it.
We're just being vague over
Yeah.
Yeah,
here.
there's another part of that too. Again, like only you two will understand it. But like when I saw Grace after a specific scene we shot, I was like, "Oh shit!" I was like, "Whoa!"
She looked great too.
What happened? Yeah, she did. Yeah,
what a gem.
And Grace is so great too because we were kind of changing some stuff in the script like a little bit prior to
The ending was rewritten, I think, like a
3
few
times.
days before.
Yeah, it still had the same spirit,
Just out of like
original
the
ending.
logistics of like trying to film it was what we had to try to work out. So we had to like change some of that up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when I told her, I was like, oh, we're going to do this. She was like, oh, my God, fuck yeah. Like, bloody me the fuck up. And I was like, oh, yeah, sweet. So we knew that wasn't going to be an issue.
Yeah.
Do you ever, have you ever had, because I imagine you've worked on other short films and other projects and stuff before. Have you ever had, like, actors, I don't know, like, have you bloodied them up and they were just not a fan of that?
Yeah. I feel like
Cowards. No, I'm just kidding.
Cowards. I mean, I think that, like, what it comes down to is when you're an actor, and at the end of the day, whether you love it or hate it, you're wet and you're cold in, like, the worst way. Like, it's just, and I feel like as someone who personally, like, I hate, like, being cold or, like, I have, like, this like, weird sensory issues. I don't know, I'm a freak. And, like, honestly, like, I get it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I have a lot of empathy, so I feel like I try to compensate with, like, bringing a blanket, bringing baby wipes, and just making sure they're comfy because
those baby
priority.
wipes in the bathroom, by the way.
I saw those.
Those are yours.
That's
Those are totally yours.
No, I went to use the bathroom and I was like, oh, Christian, he knows the Costco. He goes to Costco. He gets.
I do go to
You
Costco.
changed his
Just
life
like
that
me.
day.
Because I remember, I think I still have like someone's sweater too. Like I have to
Oh, really?
return it to them. Yeah. Hopefully I can get them on the show. But yeah, I saw that in like my bag of things. It's like, do you want your baby wipes back? And you're like, nah, keep them. I was like, yeah.
Yeah, I get like
gift.
the Costco family pack because my friend, she lets me like use her membership sometimes.
Oh,
Shout out
hey.
Trina, love you.
Oh,
But
Let me get that Costco gift card. No, just kidding.
The number in the chat.
Yeah.
Mhm.
This episode's brought to you by Costco. God, their hot dogs are great, right? Am I, like
It's been
$1.50, or $2.50, whatever it is.
I can't get over the fact that it's one of the most stressful places to be for me.
Yeah.
Like, it's just, there's too many people. The
Yeah.
carts are too big.
That's true.
It's loud.
Okay.
But damn, are those savings fantastic.
It's
Am I
good
right,
savings.
guys?
Well,
Yeah.
you don't eat meat, or you do?
I do.
You
no,
do?
I've never had a Costco hot dog though. I want one, but like yeah.
What are we doing here? Let's go.
Let's go to Costco.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Take this on
Bring
the
the
road.
camera.
Take this on the road. I mean, they're just dogs.
That's
you know?
crafty
Yeah.
next time is Costco.
Yeah.
We can get a lot. We can get a whole. It's literally like, I think it's like $2.50 for a hot dog and a drink, or it's $1.50 for like a hot dog and a drink.
Get a frozen bag of fries. Go with that. We're done.
Let's
You're
talk
welcome.
Costco. What's your go-to Costco
What's your
buy?
favorite aisle at Costco?
Yeah.
guys? Let's talk about that.
I mean, yeah, I think I like the baby wipes.
Yeah,
for
there
my
you go.
kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. The reason I don't have a membership is I don't feel like I go enough because
It's true.
I live alone, so I don't really get stuff in bulk besides like stuff I might need for my kid.
Right.
You know,
Mhm.
or like toilet paper, but we're kind of past that time, so it's I don't need bulk toilet paper.
Remember
We're
that?
good.
Remember in 2020, the search for
We
toilet
had to
paper.
figure out our priorities at the time.
So
okay?
you
And I
moved-
totally get it.
You moved to when in did you say November of 2019?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Right before the pandemic.
Oh yeah.
Woo!
Look at this beautiful city. We're all hanging out,
We're gonna
talking to
stay
each other.
indoors.
Right before the panini. Yep.
the pandy,
God.
the pandy
Oh,
and the handy.
God.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously you have your family that live in Pennsylvania.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
just like completely isolated, not going anywhere.
Yeah, I pretty much. I mean, I had a couple friends that I would gather with
Okay.
from like makeup school. We all kind of like lived in the same
Oh, cool.
apartment building. But
Mhm.
other than that, yeah, I didn't really have any family here. I did go home for a couple weeks because
Oh, cool.
I was waiting to go back to school, and it was just like my parents were getting kind of worried, and so they were just like,
Yeah.
like just come home.
Mm-hmm.
Might as well see the family, recharge
Yeah.
a bit.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, we're here now, right?
That's true. It's like it never happened. No, that's not true. It was very
Yup.
scary. Yeah, no, it's wild. That's like a thing that we like. You Cody has 2 kids.
I do.
His
Yeah.
firstborn was a COVID baby, right? Born during COVID.
No, he was born in August 2019.
Yeah.
Well, he
Yeah.
grew up during COVID.
Yeah, he did. He did.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right,
So
yeah.
that
There
was
we go.
that was an awkward time, but we got through it.
They had to be homeschooled, huh?
He was just he was in daycare, and then we took him out obviously when everything happened, and then started working from home so I could like watch him at home, and then I lost my job, so then I was like, I really have time to watch him.
You
And then
lost
it
your
all
job.
worked out.
What a loser. What a
Who gets
freaking
laid off
loser.
during a global pandemic? What
Oh,
a loser!
What a
Yeah,
shitty
oh my
loser.
God.
Jesus. No, I lost my job too.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was the
Same day.
Yeah. Same day. It was like, yo, you up? You got this email?
Yeah, that was great. Christian gave me like the heads up, like I just got laid off. I'm like, and then I look at my phone, and I'm getting a call. I'm like, oh boy, here we go. Here
Dad
we
called.
go.
Was calling you.
Yeah.
But it's all good. It was like the best thing that ever happened. But yeah, okay. COVID in the past. We got the COVID talk out of the way.
Yeesh. Yeah.
So yeah, no, short film, all good stuff. Yeah, we haven't really shown anybody, and I think I've shown Grace some stuff. I think after this, we'll probably show you a couple things like
Can
here.
probably
and there,
show
too.
her. Yeah, probably.
But
This
we're-
is the opposite of how we normally do it. Normally we leave like a Google Drive link on the first cut.
Yeah.
Like, hey
Oh,
guys,
yeah. Check
who
it
wants
out.
to watch it?
Check it out. Check out this
Yeah.
masterpiece. This very first cut that's way too long. Like,
Yeah.
why are you holding on the shot for
There's
so
no
long?
music, and you can hear the director going action. You know, like
I think, dude, I sent off the audio for sound mix, and
Right.
and of all the tracks, I think there are still some tracks where you can kind of hear me off, but there's so much going
Really?
on. Yeah, yeah,
Oh, wow. Okay.
yeah. But I just you just trim it all out. You
Okay.
know, it's
It's
fine.
an Easter egg.
A little Easter egg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There is. I will. Draco makes an Easter egg.
That's right.
If it makes my dog, my wonderful dog. He was hiding, but that's my son.
Oh my goodness, he's gorgeous. You should be so proud.
I mean, he's got my eyes. He's got my eyes. But his mother's personality. Just kidding.
He kicks in the door. What the fuck did you say?
What the fuck did you say? No, yeah. Yeah, so excited to show you. Oh yeah, but so Draco's got a little cameo in there. I'll tell you exactly what I won't say specifically. There's not much. He's not like he's not in
it's
it
a
anywhere.
spoiler-filled discussion
It's a
we need to have
sound.
about
It's a
this.
sound he makes, but
Cool.
yeah, I'm excited to show you like the sound stuff that we did too. Hopefully you don't think it sucks.
No, I
You've
saw
ruined my work.
Yeah.
I saw stills, and I know that when I watched Grace's episode, you guys were talking about like the watermelons and stuff. So that's
Oh yeah, yeah.
I
Mhm.
loved hearing that. That was so funny.
Yeah.
Like you on Memorial Day, I'm just picturing you like, eating watermelons.
Oh yeah,
in a
that
parking
was on
lot.
Memorial Day too.
I wish I was there.
People
Like,
just grilling Costco hot dogs. What's this guy doing?
please
Yeah.
let
You
me
know-
know if you ever need help. Like that sounds so fun.
Oh, next time
Yeah.
I'll give you double credit. Or our special effects. She is our special effects supervisor. That's a pretty cool
That's right.
title.
Thank you.
And you could be our Foley artist next time.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love hearing about the different. I love talking to sound people and how they have to record different things. Like,
Yeah. I think going into this one, I wanted to get like all of the sounds, pretty much like from scratch, just on our own. But there was just some stuff I was like, oh, I can't get that. Like I can't get. I won't say. But there's basically some stuff that I just could not get, which is fine though. It ends up working out anyways. But the stuff that I was able to record, I was like, oh, like even like phone stuff, like you can download that stuff easily. But like I literally turned the sound up, was texting on my phone, recorded all that, the little clicks, doors closing, when it like, because for me, when I'm like, I don't mix it, but I'll edit the sounds just so we can get a good sense of like, okay, here's what it can sound like, and then our wonderful sound mixer is just gonna make it sound even better. When I actually like get it, I'm like, oh, okay, that actually worked. It's just I think for me, I just dread the like, oh, I gotta go out there, I gotta go outside, I gotta go film a video or audio, do all this stuff. But it ended up working out. A lot of the sounds I ended up getting was pretty cool.
Yeah, the hardest part is starting.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, tell me about it. That's why I don't write scripts anymore. I can't start that shit. But yeah, no. I mean, I don't know what else to say about the short other than I'm excited to show it. I'm excited to show everybody. Your work on it is incredible, and yeah, I mean, you kind of like. Part of me was like, God, where were you a couple of years ago when I wanted to do like a Nightmare on Elm Street fan film? That, like I feel like you could have gotten me access to a Freddy easily.
Oh yeah, no, that was actually like one of my first horror movies ever, but the second one.
What? The second one?
Yeah.
Oh, like
second
you've
one.
seen it?
Well,
Like she worked on it.
Yeah, you worked on Freddy's Revenge?
Yeah.
absolutely. No. That was like one of the first horror movies like I had ever seen.
Oh, Angie. That's
He
the
loves that
movie.
movie.
That's the movie that got me into horror films.
Oh my goodness!
This is great.
Oh
This
my
is great.
goodness.
This is great.
This is amazing.
This is wonderful.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's a perfect segue to talk about the beginnings of the introduction to horror. What was it? Okay, so because when I was younger, I was always afraid of just everything. Like not even.
You were a coward.
I was a coward.
Yeah.
I would I like Disney movies, shit at Nickelodeon, like those monkeys in the Rugrats movie. They're fucking
Yeah.
scary, man. Those things would scare me. Jurassic Park, you name it.
Yeah.
It wasn't until I was at I've told the story a million times. I'm telling you. I apologize to the audience, not to you. I was at a sleepover, and my friend's mom rented Nightmare on Elm Street. She's like, I got pizza and I got Nightmare on Elm Street. All the friends were like, woo, and I was like, fuck. I'm terrified of this. I don't, because like my knowledge of either Freddy, Jason, Michael Myers is just all via osmosis, just pop culture. It's just like Halloween, it's Michael Myers. Jason Voorhees, it's Friday the 13th. I've seen pictures of them? Have I seen any of their movies? No. Like maybe glimpses here and there. So
At this time, not
at
you
this
now
time,
as
not
a
now. No,
32-year-old.
I am a full-on
Okay.
expert. Ask me
Yeah.
about anything of those movies.
Sure.
I can tell you everything. Not everything, but mostly everything.
There's a quiz at the end of the show.
Oh,
Be
slow
ready.
down. I'll do it. Fuck,
right.
quiz me, Cody. Quiz me.
I gotta look some shit up.
Okay. All
'Cause
right.
I don't know.
All right. And so very afraid. And then they put the movie in. The movie starts, and it's Freddy's Revenge, A Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2. Now, at the time, I didn't know this because I'm watching this movie and there's some like very silly stuff that's happening.
Right.
Like I was like, well, this isn't really this is kind of like cheesy, but it's actually like really fun. And so for the first time, I was like, oh, horror doesn't always have to be like the scariest thing on the planet. It can also be a lot of fun. And like Freddy, he's still pretty dark in that movie, but there's some quirkiness to it. And I've since like reevaluated that movie. Have you seen the what is it? Scream Queens? Have you seen that documentary?
Oh, Scream Queens.
It's not the show. It's a documentary about the main actor, who he's a queer actor who at the time I think he was not out. And like there's a lot of innuendos and stuff within the movie.
Yes.
And it's a wonderful documentary, but they've kind of like retroactively they've like made him a scream queen.
Yeah.
And so I think some of that stuff when I was a kid didn't translate with me, but I've always just loved that movie. And then as I got older, I saw the documentary and heard all these like different perspectives. Like, oh my God, that kind of makes this movie even better. I think that actor kind of resented Hollywood for the longest time and like took a step back. But like after all these years, like he like kind of took it back on his own and made it his own thing. And I was like, that's fucking great.
Gosh, yeah, good for him.
So, in a nutshell, I fucking love it.
He's really glad you brought that
I'm
movie.
very
Long story
happy.
short.
Yeah.
Nobody else talks about Freddy's Revenge. I mean, in my circle at least. But
Yeah, that to me
similar
was,
story.
Yeah.
Slumber party, scared.
It was kind of like forced upon me, like by my like older sibling, and I kind of was just like wanting to be super tough, and so like this Freddy's Revenge scared me, you know. And we had them all on DVD, and then I thought Dream Warriors was like super cool.
Yeah.
But then like that puppet scene,
oh my
God, like scarred me, but like I love it.
Yeah.
You know, like I feel like the magic of camp is that when you're a child or you're like young, if you're seeing it, you're scared out of your wits.
Yeah.
And as you grow older, you start to see like the humor, the innuendos, you learn about it, and you're like, oh my gosh, like that's kind of why camp is so cool to me.
Yeah. No, yeah. Because like I think a lot of the times now people will I think they probably use that word too easily. With
I
just
know.
in horror in general. Like they'll see a movie
Because
like
it has a joke in it. And they'll be
Yeah.
like, that's too
That's
campy.
so camp.
Yeah.
And it's just like, well, no, like
Okay.
I don't think you know how to use that word. I'm sorry, but I think it gets thrown around too easily.
Go
and
off.
then and, well,
And then you leave the party. You're like, oh, no one's listening to me anymore.
no
Okay.
one's snapping their fingers.
Yeah.
And then I think you just hit a certain point once you watch, like the first time I saw The Exorcist, I was like, everyone's saying this is, because I think at that point I had seen so many scary movies, like.
What's this all
What's this
about?
all about? And I don't remember being like terrified, but I was like, oh, this is like different. This isn't just like a scary movie. Like this is like again, not to like any backhanded comments towards horror movies, because horror movies are real movies. But I think when I saw The Exorcist, oh, this is like a real movie. Like this is like a thing.
Yeah.
You know, it's a horror. Horror movies are real movies. I'm just saying. You know, it was like
Careful.
it was something different, elevated horror, if you will, Cody.
Sure. Okay.
No, just
Well,
kidding.
love that term.
I hate that term.
Yeah.
But no, it was like yeah.
Sorry.
It was like something different. That I was like, well, this wasn't like a slasher movie, you know, like this wasn't like a Freddy or a Jason or a Michael Myers. Like this is something like way different. And I was like, whoa, this is cool.
Yeah. My mom actually saw The Exorcist when it came out, and she walked out of the theater.
Nice.
Yeah, she was so scared. Like, and she to this day is like mortified of The Exorcist.
Oh, that's
I think
awesome.
I think it's awesome.
I mean, I grew up pretty Catholic. A lot of my family members Catholic, so they were like, nope. I mean, they I think my grandma saw it in theaters. I can't remember if my mom ended up seeing it in theaters, but like they were all. Those are the stories that I heard as a kid. Like I saw that in theaters. It was crazy.
Do we have one of our generation that's kind of like that?
Paranormal Activity?
Oh, right. Yeah. That's, people
For
literally did
sure.
walk out of that scared.
Yeah,
Right.
I want to say that's probably the one that had the same effect. I mean, like The Conjuring had a big effect on people.
Conjuring was a big one.
But I don't think people were like scared out of their minds.
That one was just like incredibly intense.
Yeah.
And like it was like a roller coaster, you know, and it ended and we're like, oh man.
Yeah.
Oh my God, no. You know what movie? I didn't see it in the theater, but when I watched it, I actually like ended up walking out of the room for a minute. It like was crazy. Talk to Me. You guys see
Yeah,
Talk to Me?
Talk to Me's good.
I love
Yeah, yeah.
Talk to
God,
Me.
it took me so long. Why did it take me so long? It was
to watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it's still new. You didn't wait. Yeah, you didn't
20
wait too long. You're good.
2022, 23.
Yeah,
I think it came out
okay.
last year. Yeah.
Yeah, I loved it. I
When
thought
you,
it was
you
awesome.
just saw it, what, like yesterday?
A couple months ago.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah,
Yesterday.
a couple months ago.
It was
Right
actually
before the show.
an
She was
hour
like, I
ago.
gotta go do a podcast
I'm
to get my
doing some
mind off this.
preparation.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
No, yeah. I got excited. I mean, I've known those. I don't know those, but I've like been a fan of those YouTubers for a long time. The Raka Raka guys. And when I heard they're doing a horror movie, I was like, oh, I gonna be there day one. I gotta see this. And it's fucking great. That gave me like, I don't know about hope, because they're like a much bigger YouTube channel, but like finally like a YouTuber or YouTuber presence has made something like a movie wise, because a lot of YouTubers back in the day they made movies like when YouTube was like really big. I was like, ooh, those aren't like, it's not great. But like for them, it's like, oh shit, these are YouTubers that are making like this big horror movie, and it was a huge hit. It's A24. Like, this is awesome. This is great. And now they're making. I think they just started shooting their second movie.
I think so.
Yeah.
Oh, great.
So I'm stoked.
Yeah, I'm stoked too. It's really awesome to see like, ideas like this coming out, and it's so original. And I think that like it's like the commentary on how to deal with grief through that movie. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Shook me to my core.
It's so good. Yeah.
It's amazing.
I think when like once Mike Flanagan entered horror, this is like, oh, here's how you do grief horror. Here's how you do like sad horror.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Where like the drama sometimes will overcome the horror, but boo.
Take your time.
Haunting of Hill House.
There you
Jesus
go.
Christ.
You got there.
Just scare you out of freaking nowhere.
Midnight
Yeah.
Mass.
Midnight
Mass. Oh my god. If you haven't seen Midnight Mass,
it's
go
beautiful.
right
Peak,
now.
yeah.
Not now, later. But like
Preferably
tomorrow.
after this show.
Yeah.
ends,
You can
but,
right now.
Way
I
more
mean,
important.
it's been a minute. I have not. I mean, watch it. Honestly, you should. Who knows? Netflix might fucking take it down in a day or two.
Oh my god,
Oh, yeah.
They took down Hush.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
really?
right. But
They
he's
took down-
getting that
He's
back,
getting his.
right?
I think he
Yeah.
finally is. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But
I
still,
saw
they
that.
could do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I go back. I mean, I know a lot of people go back and forth on what the best Mike Flanagan stuff is. I personally think it's Midnight Mass. I think it's his best stuff. I mean, Hill House. Great argument for that too. It's a great show, but
Great makeups.
great makeups. I give the edge to Midnight Mass too because it is original.
I think the peaks of Hill House are higher, but like just the overall
Yeah.
accomplishment, I think it's Midnight Mass.
Midnight Mass
Yeah.
is just a fucking vibe.
Yeah.
I know.
There are some movies and TV shows that that'll start kind of take me out of it
Right.
and make me think about death. And like I'm just like,
Yeah.
oh, like that existential dread that you have.
Yeah.
And it's that conversation where they have with each other. It's not even anything scary. It's just when they're talking about what happens after you die.
Yeah.
And it's just fucking slowly pushing in on them. It's like, oh my God, I got to pause. I got to step out of the room. It's going to be fine. It's going to be fine.
Yeah.
Like, just like vibes.
Yeah, and it's also kind of like how people who are a little bit more on like a spiritual level might cope
Oh,
with
yeah.
it, and how certain individuals who are kind of like interpreting that spirituality wrong.
Yeah.
Oh my god, and how dark that gets. It's just the writing. The
We may or may not be seeing some of that stuff these days. You know what I mean?
I know. It's
just
almost like
It's
life
a little
imitates
too.
art.
It's a little on the nose.
Yeah.
No, yeah. All that stuff is really really great. And
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited. Oh, he's doing
What's
an
he doing?
Exorcist movie.
He
Oh, that's
is.
right.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
trying to think what his next thing was.
I
That's
know.
right.
I know. I thought he was. I mean, I knew
He had
was
his
doing
Amazon deal, but I guess
the Dark Tower stuff. But
yeah, I guess he's doing Exorcist next.
I don't know. I think he's got a film in the can too. I think he finished one.
Did he?
The Life of Chuck, the Stephen
Son of a
King.
bitch.
I'm pretty sure he
Yeah.
shot a movie.
I think
Yeah.
you're right.
Oh really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think
Okay.
I want to say that he did, and then I think he's gonna do. That's wild to me. Have you? Obviously, you're a fan of The Exorcist. We got
Yeah,
we got
of
Reagan
course.
here. Have you seen the other films in the franchise?
No, actually, I haven't. I really want to like catch up and like check them out.
You don't need to. No.
You don't need to. It's
no,
okay.
no.
Only if you have time. you know.
Exorcist 3 is like by far the best sequel.
Yeah.
Like it's wild that it's even called it Exorcist 3.
Yeah.
I think the Exorcist parts in that movie are probably like the worst parts, and I think those were like studio mandates, but it's really good.
Yeah.
And it helps that it's William Peter Blatty who wrote the original script for The Exorcist. He wrote the book for The Exorcist first book and this book too, and then he wrote and directed this movie. So it's got a bit of that like DNA. The
Yeah.
reason why The Exorcist, the original film, works so well is because Blatty came from the perspective of religion. Friedkin did not. He went
Okay.
the polar opposite. And I think that balances out really well because you do have the faith, but then you have someone like Chris in the movie, who's just like not religious whatsoever. She reverts to science and what could really help her daughter. And then like 3 is just like crazy religious cult serial killer stuff.
Oh, I love that.
It's great.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
I desperately want to read the
Happy-go-lucky.
books.
I did read The Exorcist. I think like prior to the new one coming out, Believer. You don't need to do that. But I just like, I've never read the book, so I'm gonna read it, and it's cool. It's like exactly the movie.
Yeah.
A couple of things, like the spider walk in the book is like different. It's not coming down the steps, in the extended cut. She's just like crawling around on the floor. I'm a snake. Like she's got a snake.
The classic spider walk when she goes, I'm a snake.
I'm a snake.
I think the scariest part about the spider walk though is that she did it fast. Like I'm like that's what's scary about it. It's just coming at you. Like, why are you doing that?
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah. So I'm interested to see what Mike Flanagan will do. Because I did watch Believer. I did see it. Not my favorite. I thought the girls were really good in that movie, like the 2 possessed girls, and I think there's some interesting ideas in it.
Yeah.
But I'm glad they're like let's take a step back. Let's not announce a
trilogy.
bunch of movies before we do one.
Yeah.
Just do one. If it does well, great. Then we'll do another one.
Yeah. I actually followed the makeup artist who did the makeup.
Makeup's
on
great, by the
Instagram.
way.
Wonderful makeup on
best
there.
makeup
Highlight
I've
of the
seen.
film.
Way
Oh my
better.
God.
So good.
I'm such a fan of her work. It's like not even funny, and I loved seeing Believer and like what she ended up doing. I was just kind of like admiring it from afar.
Nice.
And like I've kind of like chit chatted over the interwebs, and I just like I love just like seeing people succeed.
Yeah. Oh hell yeah.
It was just really cool to see. So yeah, love your work, Jill.
You're the
But big fan. But yeah, so I was like really into Believer. I didn't mind it at all.
Nice.
But yeah, it's Blumhouse, so I kind of like feel like we keep seeing like a lot of Blumhouse coming out. And did you see like Black Phone?
Yes.
Yeah. What did you guys think
I
of
dug Black Phone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I liked it a lot.
I thought it was interesting. I thought Ethan Hawke was crazy bananas.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I
They're doing
love.
the second one.
Yeah, they're
well.
making a second one. Yeah.
They are?
Yeah.
No
yeah.
way.
I was just listening. Stuckman had on Cargill. Robert Cargill, the screenwriter for that movie.
Yeah.
It's a good listen. Yeah. No, I dug that movie. Yeah, Blumhouse. I feel like they're still doing it right. Where, I mean, are all their movies like home runs? Maybe not, but they're still like they're giving a lot of smaller filmmakers a bunch of money, and by a bunch of money, like $1 to $2, $3 million. But for the smaller
Comparatively
filmmakers,
speaking,
comparatively speaking,
to the bigger stuff.
Yeah, but like for those filmmakers, okay, like this is a budget for a film that can be made, and that's awesome. And they get stuff like Megan will come out and it's good. Black Phone, it's good.
Right.
But I know when a Blumhouse film hits, it hits.
Oh,
Whiplash. It's a Blumhouse movie.
I guess so, technically. Yeah.
It's a Blumhouse. What was the side company? It was like
Tilt? Was it?
Yeah, I think it was
Tilt?
Blumhouse Tilt back. I don't think that's a thing.
We haven't talked about Creep, the Creep show, the TV series.
Wait.
What?
I'm sorry. I realized I said Creep
TV
show. That's not what I'm
series.
talking about. All right, Creep 1 and 2, the Marky
Creep
Plas
3.
movies.
Yes.
But it's a TV show.
Oh shit!
They're making it a show.
Oh my! Angie, you know that? Did you know this?
Okay.
We just said a bunch of random words in a random order. We got to get
What do you think?
No. Are you guys talking about like that movie on what? What is the one on Netflix?
Yes. So there was
The
Creep.
found footage
Yes.
film.
Yes.
I wanted to make sure I was right.
Okay. Yes.
I
We're all on
got
the same
it.
page now.
She's like,
Okay.
What the fuck are you saying?
I've seen
too
both.
excited.
I've seen
Okay,
both.
good.
Nice.
I've seen them.
So they're making a sequel, but it's not a third movie. It's a TV series that I believe they've already shot, and they're shopping around to find a distributor.
Oh shit!
I think was the news last week.
I legit thought it was only just a Creep 3.
No, I'm pretty sure it's a show, and like every episode is a new tape from his little collection that he
that's
has.
Fucking
Yeah,
brilliant. That's so good.
I'm so stoked. Yeah.
It's creepy.
Have you seen both of them or just the first one?
I saw both of them.
Both of
yeah,
them,
he's
okay.
just such a weird.
He's just
So
it's
unsettling.
Yeah.
perfect. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's so good. Because in the first one, who's the director? Is that Patrick Brice?
Yeah, he did both of them.
He was the actor in the first one too.
Yeah.
he was.
Yeah, he
right?
was.
Yeah, that's just like, let's just literally grab our camera.
Yeah,
get a cabin.
in terms of like inspiration, like that's
so
you can't
so
get
good.
better than that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, I remember watching that like for the first time and just being like, ugh. Like I think I was like by myself, so I was like, no, I hate it.
It's the best way to watch a horror movie. Just
Yeah.
watch it by yourself.
I know.
what would you say? So you've been doing makeup and special effects for how long now? Since 2019 or before that?
Before that, yeah, I think it's actually been like 10 years.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Decade.
Yeah, I started when I was 15, and then I basically was doing like haunted house stuff, and I self-taught myself beauty. Nice. So I was like doing a little bit of both, and then by the time I turned 18, I applied for like a boutique, and I was taking clients in a boutique and then working haunt on the weekends. Oh, so nice. Just really trying to like immerse myself as much as I could.
Get your reps in.
Yeah. So I did weddings, I did theater. You did.
My first thought was like, you did that at weddings?
You did that at weddings? That's great. I would love to see that at weddings.
What kind of invites?
What kind of scares are you doing at weddings? What's that like? Yeah.
No, I think like I only did a couple. I wasn't like really into the whole thing, but it was just great experience.
Oh yeah.
Especially for my friends.
Oh, that's true. Were they your friends' weddings and stuff?
Yeah, and that's kind of a special thing that you get to do. Like, not a lot of people get to, like, give that as a gift to your friend because it's kind of like a little bond. It's a special moment, and you're bonding with your bestie, and, you know, she's about to have a huge day. That's so special.
Yeah,
like,
that's really cool.
Yeah, so I, like, whenever my friends are getting married, I always throw it down, and I'm like, hey, if you need a makeup artist, I would be honored.
Yeah, like, that's awesome. That's great.
Yeah.
All right, sick. I'll let you know. No. So about 10 years. Is there like a movie or maybe effect or someone's work that you saw that helped jumpstart that? Like, oh, I want to do like blood and effects and makeup. Like, I want to do creature stuff. Like, what was the sort of catalyst to that?
Yeah, I think, like, obviously my first movies were like The Nightmare on Elm Street. I don't think my brain really clicked until I was seeing Rob Zombie's Halloween. And I think it was like around that time I saw that, and then right after I somehow stumbled upon like the Hills Have Eyes remake. And so I was just kind of like a kid, like kind of like going through and like watching all these movies by myself, and all of a sudden I just kind of was like, I'm so scared and I don't want to be anymore. And so I think my solution was I want to be like on the other side, basically in control of these things, these monsters, these creatures. And if I'm in charge, then they're not going to hurt me.
You pulled a Nancy on Freddy Krueger. I'm going to take your power away from you. I'm going to turn my back on you.
I loved Nancy as a kid. I loved Nancy. I loved Alice. I really looked up to these creatures, these characters. Especially just like Final Girls in the 80s. Like, you know, that's revolutionary for the 80s. So, you know, and now we're here.
We're here. I mean, fucking Ready or Not. Abigail, sure, why not?
I didn't see Abigail yet.
Oh, it's great. Yeah, it's really good. I'm just thinking of radio silence movies. Just strong female.
I was gonna say Scream, but like they're part of that too. And I'm like,
the original Sydney.
I was gonna say the whole Scream franchise.
The whole Scream franchise.
Yeah. Or even like if you like trace it back to like Carrie, like my gosh, like female rage is so complex in films, and I'm super passionate about it. I know it's like really like a conversation nowadays too with Firoja, so I'm really happy about that.
It is crazy that it. I don't want to like feed the those people, the ones that constantly feel like they have to talk about it as if like because a lot of people on the internet will use it as an attack.
Right.
It's just like, oh, another female. It's just like, or maybe not so much another female. It's just like, oh, it feels forced, and it's like it's never been like, I don't know, like it's so weird to me because like female leads have been awesome for fucking ever.
Yeah.
Like Ellen Ripley, Sarah Connor. You know, like we've had so many great ones, and we just keep getting more of them. I don't know if if the people complaining are just getting louder. Probably because it makes them money. I don't know. Maybe. I mean, we should probably be.
The internet hasn't helped, you know.
We should be on that grift.
Yeah.
Just fake it.
We really want to monetize this thing.
Yeah, just fake it. Just like, feminist propaganda. That's what we got to put in our titles every single time.
I know, right?
But yeah, that stuff, it really bothers me because it's like.
It grinds my gears.
It does because like they won't even watch the movie yet. They'll complain about it ahead of time.
And the mind's already made up.
The mind's already made up. Yeah. You know, it's like, oh, the Acolyte. Oh, Star Wars is ruined. There's females in it. It's just like, there's always been fucking like what are you talking
if you
about?
just hate women, say that.
That's the thing. They don't have the fucking balls to do it because they're like, no, we won't say that. We don't hate women, but it's just like, oh, but you know, maybe you are. I don't know. But anyways, women are awesome. Men suck. Your thoughts?
Yeah, no, but yeah, I mean, with Furiosa, I think like I loved it.
Yeah,
I had so much fun.
I dug it. I thought it was really good.
Yeah.
I think that might have sparked my like annoyance. Of
recent annoyance of it?
Well, yeah, because so many people were like, Mad Max isn't in this. You read the title, you dunce.
Oh.
She's in the title.
I really just saw it as like, this is a continuation of the Mad Max universe. It's something for the Mad Max fans to go and look at a character in the story, in the universe.
Well, and Furiosa she was practically the main character in Fury Road anyways.
Yeah, right? So duh.
And also it's still like it has like the DNA of all the other Mad Max movies. Like Max as a character, he's not he's like a silent protagonist for the most part.
Yeah.
And
he mumbles a lot.
He mumbles a lot. And it's like the whole thing with Mad Max is about like fairy tale and legend. And Furiosa was like up the ante with that stuff. Like they really like went in on that, and it was just fucking great. She's great too.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. And honestly, like so a really close friend of my dad's was actually like on the makeup team for it, and
great makeup, by the way.
Amazing.
Wonderful makeup.
It's the best makeup I've ever seen.
Highlight of the film.
So good.
But no, I think it's amazing that they basically ended up giving her. I saw an interview that Anya gave where it was like, yeah, I couldn't shave my head, so
I saw that. Yeah.
they gave her a cap, like a wig cap, and not a wig cap, sorry,
Bald cap.
but it was a wig, a lace front wig that you could shave. And then she could
shave it off.
Yeah, so she didn't have to actually shave her head, and they still did it practically. And I'm like, wow,
that's still pretty cool. Yeah,
it's amazing.
Nice workaround. Yeah,
and it's all like like hand punched hair. Like I'm pretty sure this might be a wig, but
let me grab the clippers. Let's try it out. No, let's give her a little buzz.
It's good if we try. She's gonna like bite us or something.
But at Immortal, we have a hair department, and we have like a bunch of really awesome hair artists in there, and they sit there and they hand punch.
That's crazy.
Hair. If it's not a wig.
Right.
But they'll do beards, they'll do sideburns, eyebrows. It's really cool. They love it.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, that's good.
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
They're so good at
sticking
it.
someone like, fuck, I gotta do hair today.
They're built
Jesus.
different.
Yeah.
They're built so different. Like their focus. I'm like, girl.
Well, let's talk about that. I mean, you the place that you currently work at, Immortal Masks. Like I remember when we first talked to you about the short film, you'd kind of recommended in taking a look at some of the masks that y'all had over there. And the second I saw, I was like, oh my god, like there's options because like we use a mask in our short film.
Spoilers. You'll see. And that was probably the most daunting thing because like a lot of what we did in the short film very much relies on this thing.
Right.
And once you helped so much like get us into that process, but then also like then there was like another element that went along with the mask that helped bring it together too, and then clothing, and then obviously the blood. So it all like eventually came together. But
so nice.
Talking about Immortal specifically, how long have you been with them?
I think I started, I think it was around 2022.
Okay.
I think, yes, because I'm pretty sure it was like I had just started when I had done a podcast interview. So it was around 2022, I believe. And yeah, I started out kind of in the faces department, and then I moved to ceiling. And then I'm pretty sure from there it was just a straight pipeline to becoming a painter.
Nice. They were like, "Do you want to do hair?" You're like, "No,
no,
no, thanks."
I never was in the hair department, and honestly, that's probably for the best.
Oh,
yeah. I don't know. It's like I feel like it's more complicated than it is, but that might just be me overthinking.
I mean, the way you described it, I was like, "Yeah, that sounds like a lot. Like every individual hair."
Yeah, they're so good.
No, yeah, that's great. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I love being a part of the paint department, and I'm so fortunate because I feel like having my peers, we all kind of have similar goals. We all hold each other accountable. I'm sure you guys understand completely.
Oh, we hold each other accountable for everything that we do.
So, yep, you're on it.
Oh yeah, yeah, sure. Every day, it's like, God damn it.
Get on it, Christian.
Yeah. No, that's great. And So you guys supply, like, you work on, you do masks,
right?
Bodysuits, hair, both up there. Like Cody, we can get you a beard.
We can finally get me a beard.
We can finally
Working with
get
these
you.
guys, yeah.
At all the early days of our sketches of Cody doing black tape around him to do.
I
to
forgot
do a
about the
mustache.
electrical tape mustache.
Yeah.
That was a fun thing.
Oh,
yeah.
God.
Yeah.
Well, you know, we're on a
Yeah.
budget.
Here's the wax off.
It worked. It worked.
It might have fallen off a couple times.
So like, what are some of the bigger things that you can talk about in terms of like Immortal Masks that you guys are like working on right now?
Yeah, we have Horror Nights coming up.
Ooh.
Halloween Horror Nights.
Halloween Horror Nights, Hollywood. And we are super excited. We paint for them every year. Well, we make masks for them every year. And it's just really cool because sometimes we kind of have a really clear idea of what's going to happen.
Right.
And sometimes it's a lot of like, ooh, I think this is going to be this and it's going to be over here.
Right.
And I think it's kind of magical and fun because we'll like talk about it in the shop and like, we'll be like, I think it's going to be this.
So they won't like tell you until like a certain point, right? Or they will, or like.
Most of the time, we end up like going to see it, and it's like really exciting. And
Oh, that's so they bring you and like, here's what we're doing.
oh no, we just go on our own accord.
Oh.
Because we want to. I know we're planning to go this year, but like a lot of people just like kind of want to go see it because we all take super pride in our work.
Oh yeah. Mhm.
So we just get really pumped to go and see it all in action because it
That's
comes
awesome.
to life.
Yeah, when you go through mazes, are you still scared, or are you like going through it and they jump out? You're like, no, let me take a look at that mask here real quick. Let me just see what we got.
The hair on the left
Yeah.
side, a little off.
Let's adjust that
Tina-
when I come through again.
Tina and hair. Can you take a look at this?
No, actually, like one of my first like aha moments was like I was at Midsummer Scream, which is a convention that's held every year, and they have like these like mock haunted houses that you walk through. And I was with my friend, and we were walking through together, and some guy came out in our demon mask, and it was like a red demon, and I just knew. I think like the lighting was just good enough, and I pointed to him, and I went, "I did that!" Like I was like, "Oh my god, I did that!" And
He's like
and
Hold on.
what are you talking about?
he was gonna go back, but then he stopped and he actually like registered what I said, and he was like, "Good job."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh, heart."
Thank you for
It was
your
so
work.
cool.
That's awesome. I love
yeah,
that.
it was really sweet. So, yeah, we definitely have a lot of love from the haunt community.
Yeah.
And
Nice.
like, there's a Facebook page called the Silicone Mask Community, and
Nice.
there's a lot of cosplayers. One that's like one of my favorites. He's called Dead Static
Dead
online.
Static. Okay.
And he just comes up with these like really awesome cosplays. Like we have a bear mask that has like slashes on its face.
Nice.
And one of my favorite movies, Midsummer.
Yes.
He put on the mask and then he had like this like really amazing like flower.
Like the
dress,
the
and
May Queen, or
yeah.
Mayflower Queen?
The
Something
May
like that?
Queen.
May Queen, yeah.
And then he had the hat, and I commented, I was like, this is like literally my favorite.
It was the bear mask and the flowers?
Mhm.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh.
How cool, right? Yeah, he kind of like made it different, which I loved.
Cosplayers are so like it's the amount of detail that they have they
Yeah.
put into things, and then when they start like mixing and matching stuff.
Yeah.
Like I always love when I see like it would be like a Captain America like stormtrooper or some shit like that. Like they're just combining two different things. It's really cool. But
yeah.
you don't see a lot of May Queen bears from Midsommar.
Yeah.
You
I
know,
know.
like
Pretty
that's
unique.
really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
Mhm.
Yeah. Or like I see a ton of like Silent Hill cosplays and like
Oh my god! When I see a pyramid head walking through like WonderCon or something, I was like, "That guy fucks. That guy knows. That guy
yeah.
knows what's up, dude. He knows what he's
Make way.
splitting people in half.
200%.
That's awesome.
Yes,
That's so cool.
absolutely.
I follow you guys on Instagram,
Right.
and you guys have like gone to like conventions and stuff. Did you guys go to? Because I think was Monsterpalooza just this past weekend.
Yeah.
Were y'all there?
Yeah, we were.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
awesome. I haven't
So-
been. I don't know where is it at. I mean, that's why I haven't been. I should know where
You
these
should
things
look
are.
it up maybe,
Yeah.
and then you can figure that out.
It's at the Pasadena Convention
Son
Center.
of a bitch, it's right there. I should have went. I was watching like Fede Alvarez was talking about Alien Romulus at Monsterpalooza. I always like listen to like Q&As and stuff. It's like, fuck,
Oh, same.
why I haven't gone? It's right here. It's gone now.
It's
Yeah,
okay.
wait next year.
Every year it's hard for me too because it always happens over my birthday weekend.
Oh.
So I did not go this year.
Is it your birthday?
Happy birthday.
June 2nd. Thank you.
Oh, happy birthday! Oh my god! Let's go.
Thank you.
Drink some more wine. We'll order you an Uber. No, that's awesome.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, luckily, so that was last week. So it didn't land on your birthday exactly this year, right?
Sunday.
It was on Sunday. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know.
What time is it? Yeah.
I don't know time days. No, that's awesome. So you were there though this year?
No,
You weren't.
well, I was and I wasn't. So I had the opportunity to paint. I think sorry if I'm wrong. But I think I painted all the ghoul masks that went to Palooza this year.
Oh, nice.
We did a homage to Fallout, which is one of
Oh,
my
I did
favorite
see
things.
that. Oh, Fallout
Yeah,
was so good.
that was
yeah.
me.
That's awesome.
I mean, it wasn't me wearing it, but you know, I painted it. So
That's awesome.
That was fun. I had a blast, and just seeing that character like head to toe, it was amazing for me. And I love
Especially
Walton
the
Goggins.
nose too, because I know Walton Goggins. I think they CG the
did.
thing out, but it was like a real like not there nose.
Yeah, and that
awesome.
was all just in the sculpting and everything. And it was just really cool to see it. I'm a huge Fallout fan. Like I've been crazy about it since I was like
He won't
17.
shut up about the show.
It's so fucking good.
I won't shut
It's
up.
so good.
Like,
Did you
it's
play the
so-
games too, or?
Oh hell yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Hell yeah.
I finally just beat. Sorry, Cody, take a break.
Take your
I
time.
finally just beat Fallout 4 for the very
Okay.
first time.
How-
I never
what?
fucking beat it. I never
have
beat
so
it.
many questions.
The story you were talking about?
The story,
Okay, that
yeah.
you said were taking
Because
forever?
with that game in particular, I would get so distracted. Just
Yeah.
side missions, building my camp up or whatever.
Thou shalt get sidetracked by bullshit.
Every
time.
single time. That's why the show's so good, because they get sidetracked half of the fucking season.
It's so accurate.
It's so accurate.
It's real.
So I finally beat it this past weekend, and I was
Yep.
like, okay, cool. I can finally stop playing, because I put like over like 200 hours in that fucking
I
game.
understand.
Way too much.
That's so
And I went. Who did I side with? I sided with the not the Brotherhood of Steel, the Minutemen.
oh.
And so yeah,
I don't actually know like what their full like storyline is, because it's every time it's another settlement needs our help. Another settlement needs your help.
So eventually, I just realized.
Like
Oh, I just don't have to do these. It's fine.
no.
And then it got to a point where it's like I didn't want to do the institute because I didn't I don't like the synths, Cody.
Of course
I don't
not.
trust the synths.
Who would?
AI. I don't
Yeah.
trust them.
We
Absolutely
can't.
not.
No, the Brotherhood of Steel were a little too much. Or like, oh, let's kill them all. I was like, oh, you guys take it easy. So I ended up nuking it, the place anyway. But I evacuated everyone,
Funny.
so it's fine. I did kill my son though.
You killed your son?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
He was just laying there. I was like, well, I might as well.
Yeah.
But then
don't
I
know.
brought home the synth son, so it's like happy go lucky.
Yeah, and
brought home a
he's
new boy.
great. He builds stuff for you anyway.
Yes.
So
Oh,
it doesn't matter.
Shit, there
yeah.
we go.
If you go back to him, like after you take him to wherever,
Mhm.
he will actually like he'll be like, I need this and that and like a military grade
Oh.
circuit board, and then like you bring it to him and he'll build you something, and sometimes it's like a weapon. I think. I don't
Oh,
know.
okay. Well, I gotta boot it back up because I haven't
Yeah.
done all the like expansion stuff, all the DLCs. I'll do that when season 2 comes out of Fallout.
Yeah, I really hope. I truly like. I really hope this happens. I hope that we see something with like the Children of Adam, maybe somewhere. I know it's gonna be more New Vegas-y.
Yeah,
That's
I mean,
my theory.
because the Children of Adam that was
They're like a
was in
cult.
3, right? Or was it which was that in which Fallout was that?
That was Fallout 4.
That was
yeah.
Fallout 4?
Yeah.
Which one? The Children of Adam.
You see them when I'm such a nerd. So I know all these things. You see them when you're in the the glowing sea, and when you're on your way, they worship radiation. So they are completely like they've
That's
gone
right.
so crazy collectively as a cult.
Yeah.
And they're obsessed with radiation, and they think that it's gonna heal them. So they live out there just
Right.
raw dogging it.
So, so I do
Sorry.
remember that because when I finally went out there, I only went out there the one time to talk to the super mutant about something about the Institute or something
Virgil,
like that.
love
Yes.
him. Yeah.
I love it. You know the name. I love it. That's fantastic. That's amazing. How many of the have you played all the Fallout games or just some of the newer ones?
My favorites go. It's like 4 New Vegas, and then 3 are my favorites.
Yeah.
So I've never played any. Those.
Well,
Well, I guess I can't say they're my favorite. They're the only ones I've played. So.
Yeah, 1 and 2, because 1 and 2 were the more top down or more
Yeah.
strategy than these other ones. These are more like first person and third person shooters. So
Exactly.
yeah, because I started with Fallout 3. I played New Vegas. I didn't try 76, but our friend last week said pick it up. It's a lot better now.
Really, I heard that too.
I heard it's gotten a lot better because I think when it first launched, it was kind of a mess.
Yeah.
And, Bethesda.
Yeah.
Did you play Starfield or no?
No, not yet. I want
Okay.
to. I've heard my tattoo artist actually was talking to me about it, and he was like, "No, it's good.
It's
Like,
fun.
It's good. It's
Yeah,
fun.
yeah.
So I'll get it.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. I think they
Yeah.
just updated it too, so it's probably even a lot better now. So
Yeah, I actually do have a fall. Like it's kind of a Fallout tattoo. It just says Ad Victoriam on my arm in red ink, just for sillies. Like
that's fantastic.
Yeah, it's old, so
I love that.
I need to get it touched up. But
You got to get what's the Brotherhood of Steel logo? Is that the?
that's too. That's a little culty for me.
Well, you know.
I don't vibe with them.
Okay, that's
But-
fine. Okay, if you don't vibe with them, then
Christian's gonna hide his tattoo now
well,
that he
yeah,
has
yeah.
of that. Okay, yeah.
Mm.
He's got a
But
whole sleeve of it.
I feel like I want like a Vault Boy or something. I don't know.
That's
something
cool.
Like that.
Yeah. I'm gonna get 76 just like on my back, or a 101 on my back, just a vault
Yeah.
dweller's number or something like that.
I bought all the merch when 76 came out because I was like so excited. I was like, it's been so long.
You got the
since
Pip Boy.
Fallout merch came out. No,
Oh,
just
okay.
like the sweats and the T-shirts
That's
and
cool.
stuff. Like
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, because I worked at Hot Topic when it came out. So let me just expose
Hell
myself.
yeah.
But
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Hell, okay, we got the Fallout talk.
Okay,
out
okay,
of
we're
the
done.
way.
We're done.
You guys
We're
can do a
sorry.
whole hour on that.
No,
I know we
we
ser-
could.
I've
we
never seen
could.
his eyes light up like that. Someone else is watching
Finally,
and playing this.
somebody
oh my God.
understands me.
It's been talking
I got
to a wall the
a
last
quick
month.
glimpse of it last week with Jake.
That's
but
right.
There was like
Yeah.
17 people on the show, so we couldn't quite talk about
Yeah.
it. What about movies? Well, no, real quick. Back to Immortal.
Okay.
Um,
sorry.
So you guys, you working on Universal stuff.
Yep.
But people can also like purchase masks
Yeah.
from Immortal too. Because I remember when we were looking at the website, I was like, oh, we can just actually like buy this mask if we wanted to too.
Customize it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh huh.
So do you get a lot of like when you go to conventions and stuff, do you like what's like the main goal when you go to conventions? Are you there to like potentially sell masks, just meet other people and other
Yeah.
vendors, I guess? I don't know.
Yeah.
What do you guys do?
With conventions, it's really cool. We basically just kind of like always have like a really beautiful organized setup. And shout out to the conventions crew. You guys kill it every time. And I know that you guys work like tirelessly. So like amazing. Love you guys.
The best conventions I've ever seen.
Yeah.
All around. Comic-Con, WonderCon, I've been to those. LA Comic-Con, those are the only ones I've been to.
Oh yeah, we also did David Dastmalchian has these comic books that
Yes.
he wrote, and
Yeah,
we have a line of masks.
Oh, for those? For like the comic book?
Yeah, like I modeled the
Oh.
Count Crawley mask.
Count Crawley, that's what it
Yeah.
was. Oh, that's awesome.
So that was really fun, and I think that was like kind of like my early stages of mask modeling. I'm getting a little bit more into it now, and I'm getting better at it too, because it was kind of like modeling silicone masks is very interesting because sometimes you don't know where it's gonna like weigh down.
Oh,
and
right.
Where
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
gonna if you're gonna be able to hear, like how your sight is gonna be. So
Yeah.
you do it enough times, you adjust to it, you get really good at it, you start to kind of feel it out. So I enjoy being in front of the camera if I'm doing like monster stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll totally creature act like if we need me to.
Okay.
Like,
Well,
I
Cody, write that
that in
down.
mind.
You shouldn't have told us that.
Yep.
You have just signed yourself up. And we're filming in the snow next time.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, nice.
I've always wanted to film the
I
snow,
want
but
to
it's
so
just
bad.
like it's just gonna be such a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'd have to
yeah.
do fake snow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
people who can do it, they're built different. I know, like, I did a feature in Big Bear one time, and we were cold. It was November.
Oh yeah. So
Yeah.
you're in the thick of it right there.
Super cold, but it was fun. We had a blast.
One of these days. Maybe a little bit of snow. Maybe snow in the background.
Sure.
I think in the short we
Get
got
a green screen
I
shot.
think in the short there was a shot of
Was
the
there a
snow.
mountain that
There's
had
a
it?
mountain in the background that
Alright,
had some
that
snow
counts.
because there was some rain, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that's awesome. We'll put a link in the description too for Immortal as well for people to go and check it out because like especially if you're like a cosplayer and you want to do some cool like horror stuff, like it's a good place to like start grabbing some stuff and get going with it. And yeah, I mean you've got the amount of creature stuff that y'all had there. I was like, oh my god, oh my god.
And it doesn't stop.
It
It's
doesn't
amazing.
stop.
It's such a privilege to work there, and I truly like. I remember I kind of like, in a way, grew up around Immortal Masks, like because I was in a haunt at 15, so I kind of remember seeing them and being so like enthralled by them and just being like, wow, I can't even imagine how these are made.
That's awesome.
And I kind of want to say like manifestation to an extent is pretty real, like because I kind of would always be like, I want to work there. I
And
there.
fucking now look at you.
Yeah.
Get it, yo. I'm not snapping at you. I'm snapping at the universe.
At the world.
Yeah. I got.
You got, yeah. How you doing? Yeah, no, that's amazing. Because, I mean, Cody and I grew up out here in California.
Oh, really?
So we probably went to not Scary Farm and Universal Horror Nights for a very long time.
Okay.
And I think the one thing that I always just appreciated and was always just like, you know, taken aback is just all the creature stuff. Always. Because like the thing that that would always take me out of those things were other kids just trying to fuck with scares. I've always hated that shit. Because it's like, one, this person's trying to do their job, and also they're trying to immerse everybody into this experience. Like, the thing that I love seeing is, like, when a scarer, because, like, I remember early on, I was afraid to go to one of these things. This is, like, in, like, early middle school or something like that.
Last year.
This is last year, yeah, when I was 37.
Clearly.
I think I had a cousin, because I was like, what do I do? What if someone, like, starts following me? It's like, just, like stare at them, and then, like, don't run. I was like, oh, okay, cool. Yeah. And then, like, I was just, like, staring at them. And then just, like, immediately, like, it still happens till this day. Like, if someone scares me, I'm like, my reaction is just instantly laugh.
Yeah,
because
like,
it's like,
well done.
Because, like, I was like, I'm not laughing at them. I'm like, that was fucking great.
Yeah.
You got me.
Yeah.
But then when you have some shithead kid who's just like, ooh, I'm going to touch your face.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
No, and it's like, it's so upsetting because it's such an immersive experience that you're going into. These people work so hard, and they get so excited for it, you know, all year.
Oh, when I was younger, the first time I went to Scary Farm, I was like, I want to be one of those guys that slide on the floor.
Get the knee pads
yeah,
on.
and they got the little, I got you know, when they do like little snarls,
good.
And go up to people's ears and start doing that stuff. Oh, it's so fun.
Yeah, and it's really like, it's kind of just a respect thing. Like when you go to haunts, like,
don't be a dick.
Don't be a dick. The actors work hard. They like really refine their craft. Respect them.
Do they? I would imagine that they go to like school for that. They do like some kind of like because they're so good at getting so close to people without touching them. Like they'll go up and then they'll be like right here. And you would think, oh fuck, they're gonna hit, and they never hit.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, from what I know, they're extremely well trained. They go through a lot, and like they know for a fact, like, definitely don't touch the customers, you know. That's why you always want to hire like adults that are like well-rounded and like are very like, okay, this is the line. Like, it's because it's touchy.
Yeah, no, of course. And, you know, if you want to get touched at a haunted house, there's places for that. You got to sign some stuff for it, but you can totally do that. If that's up your alley, go for it.
There's an outlet for that. It's not here.
Yeah. No thanks. Like, I'm good. Maybe when I was in my 20s in college, but not now. Yeah, that's great. I'm excited. I'm excited to see what they have at Universal this year. I actually went to the Haunted Hayride last year, and it was really cool.
Okay.
And I got to go like a lot of the front of line stuff, so we got to go in and out real easy. But like, it was all super cool. The one thing that I haven't done is like the like a cornfield maze or something like that. I've wanted to do.
Yeah, I don't think I have either.
Yeah, I've never done that.
Not a lot of cornfield over here. But, you know, got to go up north a little bit. Yeah.
Like, how common are they, you know?
Yeah, Twister. There's a lot of cornfields in that movie.
And where's that set again?
Kansas or something like that? I don't know.
That's just a short drive.
Yeah.
You ever been to Kansas?
No.
Just flat.
Just flat?
Just flat.
So when I go to Florida, I'm like, wow, there's like no mountains anywhere, huh?
Yeah.
Wow, this is wild. It's hot.
Wow. No, I mean, I haven't been to Florida since I was like 17, so I don't even remember like.
Yeah, you don't need to go back.
It's okay.
But our good friend Eric, who loves all things haunted houses and theme parks, Universal in Florida, like Disney, all that stuff is just like his favorite.
Yeah.
Because like we tell him all the time that we go to Horror Nights in Hollywood, but he's like, you got to go to Florida. Like, that's where it's at. There was one year where we almost went. We were doing a work thing out there.
We went to the Universal City Walk and went to Margaritaville instead.
Yeah.
Instead of going to
We did not go. Yeah, it was in October, though. We could, but we just didn't. Yeah.
No, I've never been to Margaritaville. So, I mean.
It's not as scary as Universal Horror Nights, but it's...
R.I.P.
Yeah.
Jimmy
I
Buffett.
know. I really wanted to go and pay my respects, too.
You got it.
My dad, huge Jimmy Buffett fan.
Oh, he went and got some margaritas for sure.
Oh, I know he did. He doesn't even have to tell me.
Is he iced or the frosted ones? The slushy ones?
I don't know. My dad's more of like a beer guy, so he probably just like...
He's probably an IPA guy, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Probably. I feel like he like had a margarita in solidarity, took a sip of it, and then gave it to my mom and ordered something else.
Oh, there you
That's
go.
probably what he did, honestly.
I would have taken it. I was like, Dad, I would have taken it.
Yeah.
Give me the sugar-free, not the sugar-free, the skinny margarita. Give me a skinny marg.
Skinny
I don't want to
marg,
wake up with a hang. I
please.
don't want to be on a sugar high after this. No, thank you.
Remember when I
Yeah.
fell on the dance floor at the Margaritaville in Vegas?
Cody, do I remember that?
I can't
You
forget.
wake up every day looking at the footage.
I'm writing a book on it. Oh, wait, do you have that footage?
No, nobody ever filmed that, thank God. Because
about
it's one
to
of
say,
the
who
most
filmed
embarrassing
it?
Someone
moments of
should
my
have
life.
filmed that.
Who did that?
Bachelor party, I was very drunk, and I was just out there
Vegas.
dancing with my buddy Gabe. Christian was just sitting at the table, not dancing alone.
No.
And then I fell on my ass, and it was
Yeah, I
very
think I had a
embarrassing.
headache at that time. And
Yeah.
then when that happened, instantly felt better. Felt so much better. I was like, oh, this is great. We're having
Said,
fun.
Yeah.
Congrats on your union.
Yeah.
From the floor.
I think right after that, I was like, let's go. Let's get
Yeah.
out of here.
I'll go home.
Yeah. Let's go, Cody.
That's amazing.
That's funny.
All right, let's talk some more horror. What have you? Is there anything that you've seen this year that you've really enjoyed? That's a newer release.
A newer release. Yeah. Talk to me. I was surprised by Five Nights at Freddy's.
Really?
Did
So
you guys see it?
we
I did.
saw it.
That was okay.
It was
I-
okay.
That I don't think I've ever felt so much older. Like again, a
Really?
Yeah.
37, 38-year-old man.
You're 43.
I felt like I was in my 50s watching that
Yeah.
movie.
See, I am not familiar with the games.
Same.
Not
Same.
like,
Yeah.
but the concept was cool, and I was like, I kind of feel like in the future this could be like a cult classic, but maybe I just love Matthew Lillard.
I mean, well, I love Matthew
I
Lillard.
love
yeah,
him.
like anything.
in
that
everything he's in.
He
Yes.
literally, quite literally, like Summer Catch.
I didn't see something. SLC Punk.
Oh well, yes, of course. But you gotta watch Summer Catch is like one of the best horror
Without
movies.
a
I
Paddle
will.
was on TV.
Without a
yesterday.
Paddle?
I watched that one yesterday.
okay.
Yes.
Yeah. That was fun.
Scooby Doo,
Of
Scoob.
course.
Duh.
Of course.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
No, but I mean, I didn't hate it, but I was just like I get it. Like I
Yeah.
get it.
Uh-huh.
But the animatronic stuff was cool. All the real, not puppets, but guys in suits, I guess.
The sculptor who sculpted a lot for that film,
Mhm.
he does a lot of sculpts for Immortal, and he's
Once again,
fantastic.
some
Highlight
of the
of the
best
film.
sculpts I've
Yeah.
seen ever.
Highlight,
some of like
absolutely.
the best stuff. Yeah.
And he actually makes like amazing sculpting tools as well.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just all around like stand-up guy, like super nice. So I actually bought a couple of his tools the other day, and I'm kind of a beginner intermediate sculptor.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, like definitely recommend Kodai's tools. Like they take your sculpting to the next level.
Okay.
And even if you're a beginner, make it so much easier. But anyone in the industry who's watching this is like, yeah, we know. But like, no, he's amazing. Like he's so talented.
Have you met some of the like big, like famous makeup effects artists? Like
Yeah.
I'm blanking on his name. Romero. Who's Romero's guy?
George Romero?
No. I know, but like his boy. Jesus Christ.
We're not going to help you here. You
No,
got to
you're
get there.
not.
Get there, buddy.
He did Dawn of the Dead, Day of the Dead.
Give me a second.
Okay.
Give me a second. Hold on.
Are you alluding to Tom Savini?
Tom Savini. Fucking thank
Got
you.
it.
I knew that as well. I was just testing the both of you.
She's like, "Are you stupid?"
Yeah.
No.
The way
I
she said,
just
"Are you alluding to the great Tom
So got it in the
Savini?"
chat too. Yeah.
No,
Yes,
no.
I don't. I was blanking on his name. Have you ever met Tom Savini?
I have, yeah. So I met him in passing at Monster Palooza.
God damn it. it's
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I mean, it was a quick interaction, and I was just kind of like, "Hi, I really loved your documentary, Smoke and Mirrors. You know, loved it, and just kind of wanted to quickly like say my respects and walk away. You know, I was still very green, so I kind of was in that awkward space of being like, what do I say?
So
you
like,
know,
it's
so
me the first time I met M. Night, or the only time I met M. Night Shyamalan. I was like, "Oh, I love your stuff. I want to see your new movie."
Can we take a picture together?
the plot twist. Like,
Yeah, I was like, "You remember when you made Day of the Dead?" Because I mean, Tom Savini. Obviously, what is there to say that hasn't been said about him? But like, Like people, I think a lot of people talk about Dawn of the Dead because like that is probably the proper like more known famous zombie movie, but like like Savini's work in Day of the Dead is just like I that's like a comfort movie to me.
Yeah.
It's so fucking good.
I know.
And Cody, you still haven't seen it.
I've not. You've been telling me for 8 years now.
I think it's
to
on
watch
Disney
this.
Plus. I'm pretty
Get
sure.
the kids together.
I'm pretty sure
Boot up
it's
Disney Plus.
on Disney Plus right now. You
Have some
should
fun with the whole
definitely watch it.
family.
Put your
Come
mouse
on.
ears on, kiddies.
Come
We're
on.
watching Dawn of the
We're
Dead.
watching
We're
Dawn
watching Day
and
of the
Day.
Dead.
Oh, I don't
Let's
thi-
watch them all.
Actually, I don't think you can watch Dawn of the Dead anywhere.
That seems wild,
For real.
considering.
I think it's still like banned in some countries. I have like the DVD, the Blu-ray, because I had to buy it from like a British 4K Blu-ray company or something like that.
Right.
I can't remember. I think it's still banned. Like it's not streaming anywhere for sure.
Interesting.
I don't think it is. Maybe it's finally on Amazon. Someone's probably gonna correct me on that. But yeah, I love Tom Savini. I love him not just doing obviously his makeup effects, but I love him as an actor too. Like
Oh yeah.
he's always popping up and stuff. He's making little cameos. I love him in From Dusk Till Dawn.
Absolutely. No. And
It's great.
have you seen it's the documentary, I think it's just about K&B, that effects studio, and they did heavy effects on From Dusk Till Dawn.
Oh, okay.
And they got to talk about it. They talked about kind of everything and how the makeups came to be and working together as a collective. That's kind of why I was like specifically asking like who you were alluding to, because I feel like there's a lot of artists that will work on these films, and I'm like, I want to make sure I don't say something stupid.
Yeah. Well, because
So
I
trust
know.
me, I'm not judging.
No,
you. You're
I mean,
good.
I felt a little judgment, but no, and rightfully so.
Yeah.
Because I know, like, Tom Savini and then Greg Nicotero worked, like, under him. Like,
Yep.
Greg Nicotero worked on Day of the Dead. He was he's literally starred in Day of the Dead. And
He worked on Fallout. Do you know that?
Did he really?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
I looked at the IMDb because I was uber curious, and I saw him pop up, if I'm not mistaken, and I was like, nice.
Oh, that's great.
I know it got me jazzed for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because I mean, he's been working on. I'm sure. I would imagine he still works on Walking Dead. Like he was like
he was the showrunner.
he
for
was
a
like
little
the
bit,
guy,
I think, right?
Yeah, which is
Yeah.
awesome for him to go from doing makeup to like fucking leading the charge on like the biggest show ever.
I know.
So
I know.
it's pretty
yeah.
cool.
The Walking Dead was so iconic. Oh my god. I think that was another thing that kind of had me like really wanting to do makeup.
That was very
It's the perfect
because
time. Yeah.
that first season was 2010.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And
Halloween night. The
that-
pilot premiered. Yeah.
great night.
Yeah.
Fantastic night. Yeah, because that was huge.
That was a big deal when that thing
It was
premiered,
huge.
yeah.
Those first couple, like that first season was obviously really big, but those first couple seasons, I remember
Yeah.
going to Comic-Con the first couple years when The Walking Dead was still like, it hadn't. I mean, for me personally, it just got to a point where it's like, oh, this is a lot. This is
Right.
like it should have ended. Like I think I fell off at season 5 or season 6.
Yeah.
But I remember one of those first years at Comic-Con, it was like all Walking Dead, and like they walk out on that Hall H, and my ears were like pierced because everyone was losing their minds, going
Oh my
crazy for The
God.
Walking Dead. Like it was insane.
yeah.
And rightfully so, because it was just like it was such good stuff, and the makeup on it too. To think of that like of a TV show, like every week having really great looking zombies, like every
Yeah.
week, and then the kills that they would come up with during that too. I remember like all the Talking Dead, or like the behind the scenes that they would always show, and like how they would figure out how to do like wet zombies and stuff. There was
Oh,
one
yeah.
where like
Yeah,
I
yeah.
can't remember that specific one where they had like wet zombies where they're like falling apart and stuff, and just like just seems like so much fun coming up with cool ideas on how to kill zombies.
Yeah, kind of like the scene where they cover themselves in the sludge and
Oh
stuff.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. No, I love that. And it's honestly crazy to see like how that happened in 2010, and then we evolved into like The Last of Us, right? Oh
Yeah.
my god, I was geeking out the whole way through.
Yeah, then
Yeah.
they used a lot of, to my surprise, a lot of practical stuff for the clickers as well, and
Yeah.
all the, I guess zombie, the infected.
Mm-hmm.
They're not really zombies. Did they call them infected?
I think
Can't
they call
remember.
them
In the
infected.
yeah, I think they do.
Yeah.
They're not, because they're not quite like zombies, but like all the
Yeah.
like mushroomy type of
Yeah.
stuff, like
Cordyceps.
coming out cordyceps on their
Right.
skin and whatnot, and the way that they they expanded on that stuff in the show too, on how it kind of keeps them all connected and whatnot. It's just so cool.
Yeah, that's what like separates like, and not that like, you know, traditional zombies aren't iconic, and
Yeah.
you know, but like that's what separates these kinds of things from original zombie movies. Is like character design that kind of goes outside the norm, and it's just completely different, but it still has that like nostalgic feel that we all started out loving.
Yeah. I think my thing with zombies now is just they're not scary anymore. Because
know.
I think we've seen them so many times, and then like if like a modern zombie movie comes out, it's just like everyone's instantly headshotting them. It's just like it's not like a threat anymore. It's just like it's like a tiny nuisance for us. Like, oh, there they are, boom, boom, boom. Okay, we're going away. Like, I want zombies to be like fucking scary. Like, that's why I'm excited for Danny Boyle to come back for like 28 Days Later, like their sequel, because like
excited.
The infected in that were fucking terrifying,
mortifying,
so scary.
Yeah,
the OG runners.
Yeah,
right. Yeah.
Might have been before Dawn of the Dead remake.
It was.
It was right.
I think it was 02 or 03 when 28 Days Later came out.
Yeah.
So like, that's awesome.
Yeah,
I'm excited for that.
I also love 28 Weeks.
I do love 28 Weeks is great. 28
Weeks is so fun.
Cody, no. You gave a face.
No, I just don't remember it very well. I'm sorry.
You remember the great helicopter scene?
I remember Jeremy Renner was in it.
He was?
Right?
And Michael from Lost.
That's another one.
Can't remember his name, I should.
Don't remember.
Rose Byrne, Idris Elba.
That's right. Now it's coming back to me. Okay.
Yeah.
It has one of my favorite openings in a movie.
Oh my God. Yeah, with the
music,
family.
The family. I think it's the reason I like Fast Burners. I blame it. It's like I think I saw it kind of young, and so sometimes after that I would watch a movie and be like, when's the stuff happening?
Yeah.
Like, you know, like I loved it. I love that they just went right into the action.
Yeah. I mean, I think as I've gotten older, I've really grown to appreciate slow burn. Like, I love
like Oppenheimer.
I like with horror in particular, like The Witch. Like I love
Hereditary,
just, like, Hereditary, like just like
just
like sitting, like not like sometimes like Hereditary is a good example. The Witch is another example where from the opening frame of the movie, I was like, oh okay, I don't have to worry about jump scares. Like I just like know, and like jump scares can be fun and they can be appropriate, but sometimes I think back in the day they were just used as like.
Yeah.
Like, oh, kids are going to come to the movie theater. They're not going to pay attention too much. Oh, let's have some stuff jump out here and there. I think horror movies, even the ones that do have jump scares, have gotten a lot better with them in these days. And I felt the exact same way with a new movie that just came out this past weekend.
Good job with these segues today, Christian.
Yeah, I've been doing this for a while. I should know how to do these.
Yeah.
In a Violent Nature.
Okay.
It's a new horror film.
Yep.
That just came out this past weekend.
Yep.
Cody.
Yeah.
I know you saw it.
I did.
I follow you on Letterboxd. Follow us on Letterboxd.
I follow you too.
Are you on Letterboxd?
No, I should be.
Oh, you should check out Letterboxd.
I don't know why I'm not.
You should.
Yeah.
It's great.
I'll do it.
Follow us on Letterboxd. Follow Angie on Letterboxd.
Wonderful
if you do it,
platform.
we'll plug it.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So I saw it. And I only saw it because I saw you logged in. I was like, that's out this weekend?
Yeah.
So I want to go check it out.
Have you heard about this movie at all? You familiar with anything about it? Okay.
I'm actually not. I'm ashamed.
So it's...
You shouldn't be. It's very... I think it's going to be on Shudder in a bit.
It's a slasher movie told entirely from the killer's perspective. So you're basically just following him around as he's killing people.
Like,
Nice.
like
That's all you need to hear to be sold on it.
Not
And,
like-
it's,
Sold.
you're like... You're not just a slasher, but like you're following a Jason Voorhees
yes,
like
it's basically
slasher.
Friday the 13th. Yeah.
I like it.
Cody,
What's up, buddy?
what do you think I think about this
I
movie?
think you probably loved it.
I think this might be my favorite slasher movie of fucking all time.
Okay.
Easy there.
Okay.
I know,
Okay.
I know.
There's one kill in this though that is so absurd.
It's
and
crazy.
one of I had to start chuckling at one point. I was like,
Oh,
good God, man.
Every kill, I was dying laughing.
Yeah.
And I think I was the only one. I was like, I don't think anyone's on the same page as me right now.
I was the only one in
Yeah.
my theater, so it was
Oh.
really weird. I was just like, this is bizarre.
Oh,
you
could yell at the screen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Too.
I was alluding to something prior to filming this. I was like,
Right,
there's
right,
something
right.
in this movie that you're going to love, and it's the kills.
Okay.
And the kills, it's not like every second, but when they hit, they fucking hit
They
so
hit.
well. And they do my favorite thing with like gruesome kills is when they're like quick cuts away from it. Like you see it for a split second, it goes away.
Mm-hmm.
There is some stuff that lingers a little bit, but the way that it's shot, the way that the kills are executed, it's
Satisfying.
very creative.
So it's
Yeah.
There's one.
sometimes I'm like, well, I've definitely never seen
Yeah,
that.
I've literally. There's a kill in this. I was like, wow. I can officially say I've never seen
Yeah.
a kill happen like this
Yeah.
before,
Okay.
and it's fucking brilliant.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna go see Longlegs this weekend, but
That's this weekend?
I think it is. I think
Oh my
is
God!
Longlegs this weekend? I thought it was.
I saw the reviews were coming out, so it's got to be soon.
It's got to be soon.
Yeah.
That's probably my most anticipated
stoked.
horror movie.
Doesn't matter. I'm gonna go see.
Have you seen
Violent
Blackcoat's
Nature.
Daughter?
No, not yet. I know. Who am I?
Who are you? You're Angie Shell. What Oswald Perkins?
Oz Perkins.
Oz Perkins.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Guy from Legally Blonde. He was
that
in
right?
He was in Legally Blonde.
He was in Legally Blonde.
Yeah. He's
What?
he's oh my God, fuck, where's my phone? He's like he's kind of one of the more
I
shyer.
kept thinking about Luke Wilson. I'm like, that's not.
No, he's like
Yeah.
one of the more shyer, nerdy guys.
He's
in
tall,
Legally Blonde.
right?
Yeah, he's super tall.
I know
Oh,
who you're
wow.
talking about.
Hold on. This is Legally Blonde. Yes. Oh my God, wonderful man. This guy.
I love him.
He's the director of
Oh,
Longlegs.
wow.
Yes.
I love him.
He's fucking fantastic.
That's cool.
His I don't know if it was his previous film, but his movie, I think it was from 2016, Blackcoat's Daughter.
mm-hmm.
Really, really good.
Cool.
Some good, like, yeah. I won't say much. Just, like, check that one out. Like that
Okay.
movie's vibes.
Yeah.
Vibes.
Yeah.
But Longlegs looks sick. But yeah, In a Violent Nature is fucking fantastic.
Yeah.
It's so good. I might just be biased. This is like slow burn the movie though.
Oh
Like,
yeah, this is yeah. It's a endurance test for some people for sure.
There's
okay.
because it was a lot of walking. You're
Yeah.
walking with this guy, so it's like
That's kind of,
Yeah.
but it's also, I feel like that's kind of the joke. Like
Yeah.
there's like a 5-minute sequence.
Yeah.
I don't think that might be exaggerating, but it feels like you're watching this guy walk for 5 minutes
Yeah.
straight
it's mostly uninterrupted. It's like-
it's so fucking cool. Cause it's like, yeah. Cause like if you're watching a movie, my review on Letterboxd is that this is the best Friday the 13th movie I've ever seen. Because like, if you're thinking about this from the perspective of like a Friday the 13th movie, cause like
Right.
Jason, like, he like warps, like he goes from one place to another. It's like, how did he get there? And then here it's just like you're just seeing the guy walk, and it's like, no, this is how it happened.
It's
he
the
just fucking
Jason
walks.
simulator.
Yeah, no, it seriously is.
It's the Voorhees
Yes.
simulator.
But yeah, no, it's just so cool. It's such a great concept. I guess if I had one complaint, and you're not gonna like the complaint,
no.
I wish they just stuck to it more.
Yeah.
Because there are some sequent parts where they do cut away.
There's
from him.
one early that was brilliant though. When they're rotating.
Oh,
around-
yeah.
you know,
Oh,
'cause
yeah.
you're
It's
looking
fantastic.
behind
Yeah.
them the entire time, looking
Yeah.
for the guy.
There-
and that was
there's
just
like
brilliant
a
decision,
it's like
but-
a big old exposition dump.
Yeah.
A fire. They're sitting around a fire camp. It's literally the kids in Friday 2 where they're like telling the story about Jason Voorhees, but it's in their own version in this movie. And then yeah, like the dude's watching from in the woods behind them, and you're constantly like, where the fuck is he? Where is he?
Yeah.
Some really really cool shit like that.
I like that.
But it's great. Some great audio. There's no music in this movie, right?
Yeah, I don't think so.
There's no fucking score at all.
I don't think
it's
so.
just sound design. There's like, I think there are songs. There's like
Yeah.
1 or 2 songs in it, but otherwise it's just all sound design.
I kind of like that.
It's
Like,
it took me a minute. I was like, that hasn't been like I was waiting for like a title card with like a bang.
Yeah.
There was like nothing.
Yeah.
because like it's not like sometimes horror movies they utilize like the music and the score and it adds to it. Sometimes I don't want to insult anybody, but sometimes it sounds like filler.
Right.
So
right,
the
right, right.
emptiness of that, it's like making you sit in that space and in that discomfort, and you just have
Oh.
to just sit in it.
That's
cool.
There are some shots. It lingers on some shots. I was like, oh fuck, is something gonna happen? Is
Yeah.
something gonna happen?
Yeah.
And it just nothing happens. It just fucking lingers. But this was a movie where like I watched, I was like, oh, okay. There's no jump scares. They're gonna be. It's gonna be fine.
Yeah.
But the sound design is great too because like you'd be following this killer from afar and you'd be hearing 2 people arguing in the distance, but it's feeding you information about like some stuff further. So it's like, oh, they did a really good job of like this, because I watched a bunch of interviews with the filmmaker Chris Nash, and he was like fully aware. I was like, oh no, I know what kind of like slasher this is. This isn't gonna be for everybody, but he did such a good job of like making it interesting each time that this killer is like doing stuff, different gags.
Yeah, like the movie behind the movie, you know what I mean? Like from the other people's point of view, like that's something I was thinking about the whole time he's walking, like because there are like slight developments that happen every time he comes across a new character, and it's like, oh, well, what's happening when we're not with him? So like that the whole aspect of like doing it from another killer's perspective, I thought was just very well done because
Yeah. I'm interested to see how he develops like the victims with us only having the killer's perspective. I'm very curious to see how that happened. But I know I gotta go see it.
I'm pretty sure it will be on Shudder soon.
Yeah.
It's a Shudder
movie.
film. So.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you see Late Night with the Devil?
No, not yet.
That one's great.
Yeah, it's
No,
pretty good.
I meant to go see it with my friend, and I'm actually kind of holding out for her. So I'm like, we're probably
That's
just gonna
nice.
run it at home. I know, because we promised each other we would go see it, and I'm like, okay, I'm holding out for you, girl. Like,
Come on. What are you waiting for? She's waiting.
no, I'm seeing her this week, so it'll probably be something like that.
Okay,
Yeah,
fine.
but no, I want to see it. I've heard nothing but amazing things. I
Yeah.
mean, David Desmalchian, he's like in everything now, and he's so good in everything he's in.
Yeah,
He's so talented.
he's a really nice guy too. I interviewed him back in the day for Ant-Man.
Yeah,
And he was super nice, and he like out of anybody, I was like, oh shit, like he knows like everything comic book wise, like he just knows everything.
Yeah, he. I think I've met him in the shop at Immortal one time. I think, but I know he's very close with one of the owners, and so I know that he's been there way more than just once. But super sweet.
Yeah,
Just so
very
nice.
Yeah.
Have you met him, Cody?
He was on Clara Live.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, so
He's like, yeah, I met him.
I was about to be like, oh, you
What?
met him, Cody?
He's a nice guy.
Yeah, no, but yeah, he's very very nice.
Yeah. Yeah, no, and he'd like popping up. I remember him from The Dark Knight. I was like, hey, this guy's interesting. And then like Prisoners, and then like that's just pretty much, I guess, every Denis Villeneuve movie.
Yeah.
Just fucking popping up everywhere.
He popped up in Blade Runner when I was rewatching
Blade Runner.
the Blade Runner with Ryan Gosling.
Yep.
Yeah, I love the beat up makeups in that too. Like
Oh,
him
yeah.
just all messed up.
Oh, dude, right from the beginning when he fights Dave Bautista and he's just like fucked up. I love a movie where the main character just gets fucked up and they're just like looking like shit throughout. What movie is that? There's another one. I mean, Chinatown, obviously, like Jack Nicholson is like constantly fucking band-aid up. Maybe I'm thinking of Blade Runner 2049, but there's another one.
Yeah.
I'll think about later. Only God Forgives. Sure. How about
Right.
that?
Yeah,
He's always
sure.
fucked up in that movie
Yeah.
too.
Or like seeing like the physical effects of a psychological decline. Like in The Dad in Pet Cemetery.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's that's cool because that's makeup oriented, but it's like what happens when this person is going through this amount of psychosis, not sleeping, not eating, sweating, being gross. Like, what do they look like?
Not horror related, but do you watch The Bear? You seen that show?
I don't. I love Jeremy Allen White.
Okay.
I want to see him be like a horror character.
Oh, I could totally see that.
Yeah, right?
I could. He's fucking wild in the show. Like he is
Ooh.
so crazy in the show.
Yeah.
I'm bringing this up in terms of like makeup because I finally watched all of season 2.
Yes, buddy. Took you
watched,
long enough.
I know.
All
It's
right.
so fucking good.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was crying. I was fucking panicking.
Yeah.
There's a Christmas episode with the family that is just like anxiety of the show.
Yeah.
Like I had to pause it at one point. I was like, I can't fucking take this anymore. I want this shit to fucking end. But there's like Jamie Lee Curtis is in this episode.
Oh, nice.
And it's just like, oh my God, she's just like, she looks fucking insane.
Yeah.
There's like, because the show, my fiance and I were watching it, and she was like, there are too many close-ups. Like the shots are like right on their faces. There's like barely any wide shots, and it adds so much of the tension.
Yeah.
And you're just right up in. You can see like all the details on someone's face, and everybody just like Jamie Lee Curtis in particular. Like she just like, oh wow, she just like fucking went for it. And I don't know if it was like no makeup or like the little makeup smeared or whatever it was, but it was just like, oh, you look fucking crazy. It's awesome.
It's good. Glad you finally watched it. Took you.
Yeah.
I know.
It's okay.
I'm there. I'm finally there, but
It's okay.
but yeah, makeup's cool.
It
Yeah.
is.
I actually really like Jamie Lee Curtis in Scream Queens. She's so funny.
She's in the show?
She's in Scream Queens. She plays like the dean.
Oh,
Like she plays
okay.
like the college.
Okay.
And she's like she's just kind of like demeans everybody, and like she plays kind of like this like tyrant dean of a college. It's great.
Oh, okay.
She's great. She's a good time.
Is that Billy Lord that's in that show too?
Yes, I think so.
Carrie Fisher's daughter. I don't know who's the lead in that one in Scream Queens.
Emma Roberts.
It is Emma Roberts.
It's Emma
Okay,
Roberts,
okay.
Abigail Breslin, and then Carrie Fisher's daughter.
Did they? Is that show finished? Like they went through the whole run?
Yeah, they
Okay.
did. They
It's a
pretty
couple
much
seasons,
did
I
the
think.
whole
Yeah.
thing.
They didn't get canceled. They like got to finish it.
I
or-
have no
Now that's camp. That is like
That's cam.
Bring it
Are
back.
we using
Yeah.
it properly though?
I think so. I would say Scream Queens
Cody?
is cam.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a problem.
Get there, buddy.
Yeah, no, I mean, Jamie Lee Curtis is like, even in, I didn't love the last two Halloween movies, but she's just fucking great.
Yeah.
In like everything that she does. Freaky Friday, is she coming back? Is it Freaky Friday 2 coming out?
I think they might. Lindsay Lohan looks amazing.
Oh yeah,
She looks amazing.
I'm glad because
She's
she
beautiful.
she did a movie, like a Netflix movie, like a Christmas Netflix movie, I think last year. So
I
she's
watched it.
starting to come back.
She should have a comeback. I think that'd be great.
Yeah.
But her horror, was she ever in a horror movie? I don't.
Yes.
Was she?
Oh,
Nobody saw it.
Yes,
But it was the
I killed the stripper.
No, it was. That's not
I
the name.
remember
That's the name of the movie.
No, it's I Know Who Killed Me. I think. Is
Okay,
the name
but
of
she
it.
played a
She played a
stripper.
stripper,
Okay.
and I believe she gets killed.
The part
Okay.
with the
Yes.
dry ice.
Oh, I never
Do you
saw it.
remember?
never saw it.
think I have like vague fever dream memories of this, and the chat can confirm or deny.
Okay.
But I remember like her being like in the killer's grasp and the dry ice like sandwiched in between her hand,
Oh.
and then her hand was purple, and then I think like they ended up like amputating it or something like that.
Oh, that's fun.
Didn't she have one leg? Someone let me know.
That's Shallow Hal.
I just keep
Yeah.
thinking of Jason X when the head goes in the
Oh, I
fucking
think
thing.
it's
and
classic.
smashes it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, our friend Eric just popped into
Oh,
the
hey,
chat.
buddy.
He's like, Jesus, I just clicked and that mask genuinely startled me.
If you're not expecting it, it does kind of blend in a bit there. Yeah.
Looks nice. It's like the Exorcist when the face pops up and
Yeah.
the lights turn off.
Yeah.
Eric, you're gonna want to listen to some of that. We talked about theme parks and haunted houses and stuff. You're
Yeah.
gonna want to listen to all that.
Hello.
But yeah. What are we, I killed the stripper. That's what we were talking about.
I killed the stripper.
That's the movie she was in.
I.
What about what's been your favorite horror film in the past, let's say 10 years?
In the past 10 years.
Yeah.
Okay.
Recent-ish horror film
We'll
that
say-
you really, really love.
Let's say 2010 on.
2010
Mhm.
on.
We're gonna give you
Yeah.
14 years here.
Okay, I obsessed with the Evil Dead reboot
Yes.
for a long
Yes,
time.
that's a
And that
good
came
one.
out exactly on 2010. So
That's a good one.
that like you said 2010 and my brain went,
Is that 2013?
was it?
I think so.
Oh,
You're
my
thinking of
bad.
Inception.
My bad. Oh, of course. Of course I am.
Parallels, you know? Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I liked it. I liked that we saw a darker, you
Yeah.
know, version, and that just shows
Evil
again,
Dead's camp.
It's camp.
That's
Yeah.
camp.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
So it was crazy to see it go like kind of like a hard left.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But did you like Evil Dead Rise?
Yeah, I did.
It's
That one's
fucking
great.
cool.
I loved
It's
Evil
really,
Dead Rise.
one of the-
Another killer opener.
Oh,
Yeah.
the title card, the
Mhm.
rise up, and that is the fucking most metal thing that I think I've ever seen. It's so awesome.
I never pulled my phone out faster to snap a photo in the theater.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
was
yeah.
just like, yep. Like,
And
I
then I'm
couldn't
back
help
there.
it.
Put your phone away.
Oh my god, that was
Just
so
take a
funny.
second.
Turn your flash off. I saw that. That was funny.
Oh, yeah.
That was funny.
Yeah, Evil Dead is a great one. Cody, what
Yeah.
about you? What's your favorite horror film in the past 10 years?
In the past 14 years?
14 years. Is it Inception?
It's probably Inception. It's up there.
I keep saying I would love for him to do a horror film, Chris Nolan.
I love the first Conjuring. That's probably one that
Mm.
jumps to mind. Hereditary, I loved. Those are two, I'd say. The Evil Dead remake is one of my favorite theater experiences in my life. The whole sold out crowd was super into it. I was with a great group. It was awesome. So-
You know, it's a better theater. I think you were with me when we saw this one, Green Inferno.
oh yeah.
It's not. It's
Yeah.
not like a
Inferno.
favorite of mine.
Yeah.
It's favorite theater experience. 'Cause
Yeah.
There was like an old couple that walked out on like the first
Family.
like,
There was a
like
family there,
whole
too.
family that
Yeah.
just like walked. Yeah. On that whole first giant sequence, because that first like kill sequence, I was like, fucking finally, this is what I wanted, and it never like lived up. Like that was like the peak of it,
Yeah.
and then they're like pooping in cages. I was like, what's going on here?
Yeah.
What's happening? What's happening?
Yeah.
Did you have a friend work on that too? Great makeup, by the way.
Makeup was a highlight of the film.
I don't want to like shit all over these
No.
horror
Yeah.
movies or anything. But
Green Inferno was like before my time, like before I moved to Los Angeles, but
God,
I
we're old, Cody. I was
loved
35 when that came out.
loved it.
Yeah.
Your age is changing as the show goes on here.
You know,
Yeah.
age is time is constant.
Yeah.
How was the Great Depression?
How was that?
You know, there was a lot of
It was fine.
you know, FDR had a lot of promises.
But you had the classic Universal monsters to get you by.
Yes,
though.
that's
We learned
very
today.
true. Yeah. It's Frankenstein's monster, by
Right.
the way.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not Frankenstein.
Yes.
Yeah.
Shout out to Guillermo del Toro. The movie's coming out.
I'm
next
so
year. Yeah.
excited.
That's my most anticipated, like, ever. It's my favorite book of all time.
Yeah.
Mary Shelley's Frankenstein.
Yeah.
So, like,
She was like, what, 16?
18.
18.
Mhm.
God bless her.
Yeah. Like, reading that, I was like, as like a fucking, I don't know, 11, 12-year-old, I'm like,
Yeah.
I can do this?
Yeah.
Okay.
You don't
Sure.
have to fight the weird girl allegations because Mary Shelley did not.
No, she did not.
Don't fight them. Accept the weird girl allegations.
Except if you're weird,
Embrace
just
them.
accept it. Start writing immediately. Oh, King Sportcow brings up a good one. The
Tusk?
Suspiria remake.
Oh, I
Oh.
love this.
No.
Also bring up Tusk.
No.
But also, yeah, he brought up both.
We don't talk about Tusk. No. Tusk, like one of the first A24 movies I remember, I think,
Yeah.
seeing. Yeah.
Saw that in theaters.
Yeah. I appreciate Tusk a lot. Because
Yeah.
it's fucking out there.
It's a swing.
It's wild.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He went for it.
When someone showed me Tusk, they literally said, I had to see it, so you have to see it too. And that was how I got introduced to it.
That's a great way to watch it with somebody. Yeah. I think he's trying to make a sequel to that one.
Honestly, I'll see it. I would see it.
I think he might
I'll
be
work
calling
on
it
it.
Tusks.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
Doing the fucking
Tusks.
dollar,
We'll see.
but I think he's putting the dollar sign on it.
Yeah.
Not aliens with the thing. But have you seen the Suspiria remake?
I love the Superior.
So
Suspiria
fucking good.
remake. Yeah.
It's fantastic.
We watched it. It was like two of my best friends, and we were just like sitting in their studio apartment, and we were like, "What do we watch?" And then we ended up watching the Suspiria remake, and I was just planted,
Mhm.
absolutely planted. I don't even think I got up to pee.
No,
awesome.
yeah. That's a long movie. Tilda
Yeah.
Swinton playing like 17 different roles.
Right?
Yeah, I didn't know that until after that. She was that old man. Fucking A.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Get it.
Yeah. I love her. I think she's really iconic.
Oh, she's fucking great. Yeah.
Isn't she isn't there a new film she's in?
I hope she's getting work.
I would imagine she has something coming out.
She has probably in something. I don't know.
Yeah. My frontal lobe isn't
Yeah.
producing it. So sorry.
Our frontal lobes are all
Yeah.
over the place right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, horror's great. Horror's been thriving. I mean, there's all this talk about like movie theaters dying, but I feel like a lot of people are still going out to go see horror movies.
Yeah.
As long as they're cheap,
Yeah. Right?
like cheap to make. And, James Wan out here making small independent films,
Mhm.
The Malignants of the
Like
world.
Aquaman 2.
Aquaman 2. No, Malignant. No, Malignant was like what? Like 20 million?
That was like a mid-level.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll take a 20 million.
Oh, yeah.
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 Like let's get Lee Winnell, Invisible Man. I'm sure that one was pretty
Yeah.
cheap.
Yeah. I mean,
Um,
I think it's cool because we're in this cool like Frankenstein state of mind.
Frankenstein or Frankenstein's monster?
Oh, right. No, but like we got Poor Things.
Mhm.
We have like multiple Frankenstein movies coming out. We got
Yeah.
the Guillermo del Toro one.
There's The Bride coming out
And then
this
The
year.
Bride.
Yeah.
So
Is that
We just
Maggie
had
Gyllenhaal?
We had the.
Jake Gyllenhaal?
There was one that just came out.
Poor Things?
No, Frankenstein's sister or daughter or something.
Oh, Lisa Frankenstein.
Yes, that's what it was.
We got
That's what it
Lisa
was.
Frankenstein.
We got
Yeah.
all the Frankenstein. We got Abigail, which is technically Dracula's daughter or something or based off of something like that.
That's really cool.
No, I agree. I mean, I'm glad like the I know they were trying to do like the universal, the dark universe, like expanded, like just tell the stories.
Mhm.
They'll come in, and if you give the right filmmaker to do it, they'll like Lee Winnell. I got to see footage of the Wolfman at
Right.
CinemaCon. So fucking cool.
Yeah.
Looks so cool.
Oh, I'm jealous.
Like,
I'm actually really jealous.
Very, very excited about that. Yeah, Guillermo del Toro. I think it's Maggie Gyllenhaal that's directing The Bride. I could be wrong. I'm
That's
probably
right.
wrong.
I think that's right.
I know. Is she starring in it too?
That I don't know, but I think
Okay.
she might be.
It's
directing it.
Frankenstein's Bride, by the way, not Frankenstein. Just saying.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just wanted to specify.
I kind of love it. I'm living for it. I like the Frankenstein theme that's happening. Have you guys seen the Reanimator movies?
I've seen the
I've
first
not.
one.
Oh,
Yes.
second one is just as good.
It's Reanimator's Bride, right?
Yeah.
I think it's literally like that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
It's
Super
been a
worth
minute,
it.
but I just know that like the theme of that movie is like
Mhm.
literally Psycho.
Oh my
It's literally the
God.
Psycho theme. Yeah.
Yeah, it's so fun. It's so super fun, super camp. really gory though, and I think it's one of my favorite designs of the bride ever that I've ever seen because it's just twisted. Yeah,
I have to check that out. Yeah,
yeah,
I gotta watch that one.
Yeah,
I love that. I love that actor too. Can't remember his name. The guy who plays the doctor in Reanimator, because I remember seeing him in. Have you ever seen The Frighteners? It's an early Peter Jackson movie, like before the like maybe after his what was his zombie movie? Dead Alive. It might have been like right after that and right before. I think he literally did like The Frighteners and then Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Like just fucking wild. But it's a Michael J. Fox movie, and
I love
and
him.
he and the guy who's in Reanimator, he plays like this crazy like FBI or detective or something. It's a wild movie.
Frighteners?
The Frighteners.
No, that sounds amazing. Sounds amazing.
It's Michael J. Fox plays like
What?
he plays like a clairvoyant, and he's like a scam artist. He goes and he'll pretend like, he'll perform like a poltergeist or whatever in the home, but he's working with the ghosts to do it. And then like the ghost of a serial killer is slaying people, and like he starts seeing numbers on people's foreheads and he tries to like stop it and stuff. It's really cool.
I love that. No.
Jake Busey's in it. Yeah, it's great.
Oh, I worked with Jake Busey. No.
Jake
Highlight of the
Busey
movie.
is fucking
No,
fantastic,
sorry.
by the way.
Hilarious.
No, I'm sorry. His son.
That's
Or
Jake
his son.
Busey.
Oh, it's Jake Busey. Sorry. Not Gary Busey.
Gary
his father.
Busey. Yes,
Sorry.
there you go.
It's nighttime, everybody. No, but yeah, no. I worked on. I was a personal makeup artist for a movie called Pig Killer, and I think he played the killer.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, spoiler.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's on Shudder or something, or
Okay.
it's definitely on Amazon.
Okay. All right.
And yeah, we did an old age makeup, and it was like his accomplice who had like the trachea and everything.
Okay.
And yeah, so
that's pretty cool.
it was fun. It was like a really fun makeup to do. It was a big makeup.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm sure like when you work on bigger stuff.
Yeah.
Do you ever like feel pressure on it, or are you like, fuck, I got this shit?
I mean, when you start out, you always feel that way.
Mhm.
I think it's something, and everyone tells you this too.
Mhm.
It comes with time. They always tell you that, and you don't believe it until it hits. And
Right.
then you kind of start settling into your confidence, and you're like, yeah, that is right. Like, I don't even know what I would say to newbies, because it's like, it really is just like repetition.
Mm-hmm.
Keep working.
Yeah,
keep like knowing that like the mistakes that you make, just correct them the next time, and like, because you're gonna mess up, you know? Like, set is never perfect.
No.
Ever.
No.
You know?
Yeah. No.
But yeah, I feel like, before I was even seasoned, of course, like mistakes were made, and there was a lot of growth to be had from it. And like, now that I'm at like Immortal and everything, it's like, I feel like I have learned so much from like my peers and everything.
Yeah.
And they are like real, like in my eyes, they're the real pros. Like every day I want to like figure out how I can be more like them.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, because
Yeah.
I feel like, I feel like Cody, that could apply to us, because the thing that we want to try to do is just keep getting better after each thing
Yeah.
that we're doing. And if we're not learning after a previous project, then it's just like, I don't like someone who is like or at least personally, I don't like calling anybody like a master at their craft. I think there are
Yeah.
people out there, but I feel like if you've mastered your craft, then it's just like, well, then what's the, like, if you have nothing to learn, if you have nothing to gain from that, then it's just like, you're peaking, you're leveling out on something, you know? So I want to keep going up and up and up, you know? So if people are out there that feel like they're masters, it's like, dang, you're just going to keep.
What's that like?
Yeah, what's it like, you know?
Yeah, right?
So like, that's good that you like keep kind of like going for it and doing things.
Yeah, and you guys are super collaborative too. Like, I feel like that's why you guys have been learning and building, and there's obviously a community that sees you, like really sees you, and that's
Calvin. Do you see us? See us,
Calvin.
See us, Calvin.
And that just comes from like knowing with your gut, this is this is right. These are the right people. This is the right script. But yeah, I think it's all about kind of like being collaborative, receptive, and resilient.
Yeah, I mean,
Honestly.
I think the more stuff that we do, that's what I've been trying for us to do more, is just even more collaborative. Because I don't know, I don't want to be like this is what's on the page. This is what we have to
Oh,
do.
yeah, no.
This has got to be Cody's word.
Yeah,
you
the
know,
day I
like-
do that, something's wrong.
Like,
He's
'cause,
getting
like-
checked out.
Because it's like we're all working on this together, and we should all be, working on it. And that's our goal, is to make something good. Now, granted, if it sucks, then just blame it on us.
Yeah.
Then it's our fault. But if it's great, look at what we did.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and that at the end of the day, I want to make something good, but I also want others that are working on our stuff to like better themselves and push themselves without not too much. Like, it
Want
is
people to have a good time.
I want to,
Yeah.
I want people to have a good
Yeah.
time. And I don't want everybody like, hurting the frontal lobe the entire time.
Keep
as
your
they're
lobes
making,
safe.
We need all 4 of our lobes.
Yeah.
working at all
of them.
times
Yeah.
Yeah.
at 5 in the morning.
Yeah.
Practical or digital? Just kidding.
No, I mean,
When you see something like what Weta does with like the Apes movies, like, do you ever think like, oh, okay, like how can like practical mix in with that? Because they film like on set, and they do have like, I've seen like behind the scenes of them having like a Caesar, like the monkey like mask, or no, not mask. It'd be like a full sculpted thing for like reference. Like how do you feel about that? Or you're just like, nah, fuck that, practical all the way?
I guess so. Are you talking about like the most current Planet of the Apes films?
Yeah, I would say so.
So I'm not. Yeah, I actually haven't seen them yet. I do want to see the newest.
It's practical
movie.
then. I know the answer.
I feel like it is practical, but I feel like a perfect blend is always going to be like that, kind of like 50-50. I actually wanted to bring this up when we were talking about The Walking Dead. That's a really great example when you're doing like something episodic. Specifically, I know I'm kind of like going around the ape question, but like
No, that
It was
applies
a
to
bad question.
It was a
Christian. Just
terrible
wants to talk about
question.
something else.
Yeah, fuck
I'm gonna be
Okay.
honest.
Come on.
I don't know where I was going with it.
But I guess like just to give an example, it's nice to see this like blend of like, oh, okay, we did the practical here,
Right,
we're gonna do CG here, and kind of like, marry it. And so that's kind of what I like to see. I feel like it really aids.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, obviously, I like to see fully practical movies. It's nostalgic. I think
I think it
it-
looks better too.
and like my like work is very like it's very
No, own it. That's your
sensory.
craft.
craft.
That's your fucking craft. Fuck you out there for saying otherwise, by the way.
But it's extremely tactile. It's extremely
Yeah.
sensory. And I think that's a big reason why I have a preference towards FX versus digital is like the touch, the feel, it's on the face. There's a difference.
Yeah.
There is.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I agree. I think the marrying of the two is very appropriate, because there is a lot of misconception of people like when Fury Road came out. Like everyone's like, this is all practical. It's like, well, it's not all practical. Like there's a lot of digital stuff in here too. But it's that marrying of the two that makes it work very well.
Because the War Boy makeups, like
Yeah, no,
Beautiful.
that's all real. Like fucking Immortan Joe, like all that stuff is like that's all real, you know? Like there's obviously some stuff that you just can't do in real life, you know? Like I mean, there was stuff on our short film that we wanted to do digitally that we just didn't end up doing, you know? But I'm glad that we kept most of it pretty practical. So
yeah.
we actually digitally enhanced the entire thing, by the way. All your work just painted over it.
Like
The 2011 thing prequel, just digitally all over it. You know about that?
we turn it on and like Grace is just being chased by like Oompa Loompas or something.
Yeah, something completely different.
Yeah.
We put wings on them, by the way. But yeah, no. I always love talking the practical stuff because, I mean, you know,
like
the answer is mostly everyone's going to go practical. But
yeah, like I don't know, like what's your opinion on like Prometheus, like for example?
Love me.
I fucking love
We love
Prometheus.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, I wanted to make sure.
You're
no,
in a good- you're in a
love
safe
She's like,
place.
I fucking hate
I
Prometheus.
love
Yeah.
Prometheus.
I love Prometheus a lot. And the digital stuff in that movie, like
Lots.
obviously you can't have a spaceship in space. Like you can't, but it looks so fucking great. And there is some great practical creature stuff in that movie. There's the little snakes that come out of the little goo that goes in the guy's mouth.
The scene where she's giving birth. I'm pretty
Oh,
sure that
yeah.
was CG.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
there's like a little practical little puppet in there too that
Uh-huh.
like when it's like on top of her. I know that like the makeup of the guy when he gets infected by it and he's like killing everybody, like that's like a real dude. There's probably some like practical jumps here and there. There's actually like a deleted scene of him where he's like digitally enhanced and he looks more like a xenomorph. It's a little weird.
What?
It's
like a hybrid?
It's like a hybrid of it, but I'm glad they went with like a more like fucking human character. You know?
Yeah, like a humanoid.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get you.
But I mean, real quick, speaking on that, like I was listening to Fede Alvarez talk about Alien Romulus, and he was just like, I just fucking prefer practical. Like I think it looks better.
Yeah.
You seen the video? I'm assuming of the facehugger like crawling around.
Oh yeah,
it's fucking incredible.
He was like playing around with it, like with like
it's like an RC car.
A remote control. Yeah, it's so cool.
You know, you can go to like the City Walk and like I feel like I shouldn't expose this, but like you can go to the memorabilia store like when you walk right in from the parking garage on your right. There's like a egg, the screen used egg for AVP.
There's like a new store in there. Like
a single tear.
Yeah. I remember seeing that in that store and just like you can like buy this. I mean, it's
One
a lot.
day.
It's a lot to buy.
One day.
Yeah. Well, we'll wrap it up here because we're probably rambling on too much. I know we were like, we won't stay for too long. It's now 2 hours.
It went by fast.
It went by
very
super
fast. I had no idea what to expect. It went by so quick.
I mean, you know, been doing this for 10 years.
It's
you know what I mean? Yeah, we are 150 years old, you know.
Yeah.
But before we have one little thing that we'll do when we wrapped up the show. But for anybody out there that is watching, what are some things that you're working on? Where are the things that they can follow you? We're gonna have links in the description so they can click on all this stuff. But like, so what are some things that you're working on right now?
So right now, later in June, I have a wonderful short film directed by Blaine Morris coming up.
Oh,
She's a good friend of mine, and it's called Just Wait. And it is an alligator film.
Ooh.
So stay tuned.
You're gonna have to wait for that shit.
That
Just
sounds fun.
wait.
Just fucking wait. Oh, that's fucking awesome. Did you work on the alligator? Or is it a crocodile?
Oh my god, it's
What's the fucking difference?
I think gators are in
Gators.
I think gators are in Florida. Crocodiles are in Louisiana? Question mark. That is
Sounds right.
I made that up. Anyway.
One can go in fresh and salt. One can't. I don't
Did you
know.
ever see Crawl, by the way?
It's great.
Oh, Crawl's fantastic.
Yeah, but I bet Just Wait's better.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
It's a little bit different than Crawl. It has like more of a marriage dynamic, I think.
She marries the crocodile.
Yes.
Bold direction.
Yeah.
Bold direction to go.
Rumor has it they're still madly in love to this day.
Hey, you know, who are we to judge? That's
Spoiler
awesome.
alert.
So Just Wait. So are they doing like a festival run? It's going to be released on YouTube, or what are they doing?
I have a feeling it's going to be a festival run.
Nice.
Yeah,
Fuck
a lot of these do festival runs. And then I have another one in the fall that I'm extremely passionate about called The Mimic. And we are already working on that.
Nice.
So-
It hasn't shot yet, though.
Not yet.
Okay.
But we're like my team is in pre-production, but yeah, it's exciting. I'm super into that script.
Is this a feature or a short film?
It's a short film,
Okay.
but we have high
Plans.
hopes.
Okay.
We got plans.
We got plans,
yeah.
yo. Okay, that's awesome.
Yeah, great director, great team, honestly. Yeah,
Nice.
so we're hyped.
Ah, sick.
And then I'm painting.
Just
you
painting,
know.
constantly painting.
Yeah, I don't think I can stop.
That's good. No, you don't stop.
Yeah.
You become a 40-year-old man like me, then it's game over.
I don't want to be a
I don't
40-year-old
know
man.
how old you are anymore, Christian.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Time is a constant. Penny, where's my boat? It's
Oh.
lost.
And not here.
Wait, what?
I have a penny.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
I
I
thought
was
you.
like, it's right here.
I thought
Also
we were
cool,
talking
also
about
cool.
Lost, the
Yeah.
TV show.
Oh, I thought
And
you said penny. Oh, you
Yeah.
see
Well,
what I meant. Though,
I
right?
Yeah.
I totally understand.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel
Also
so-
very cool.
It's
Yeah.
very cool. I like it. Yes. I've been wanting to get an It tattoo for the longest time.
Yeah.
I've always wanted because I love the book. And
Yeah.
there's a symbol that they see that the Losers Club see on the outside of its lair, and it looks like a Chinese symbol.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, I've wanted to put that right here, but also like, what does that fucking actually mean though? It probably means like fucking dog or something.
some
you know what I mean? Like,
research,
but that's
yeah.
the thing. I have, and I think
Probably means dog.
in his like cocaine-driven self, Stephen King,
Right.
just like made it up. And for all I know, it can mean who
Yeah.
knows what it means. But
Yeah.
you know, one of these days.
Oh, also my pretty much all my social media is going to be like at Monsters by Ange. So you'll find me on TikTok, Instagram.
Oh, I gotta follow you on TikTok.
I'm fairly new to TikTok, but I'm having a great time.
It's perfect time to get it. Not gonna get banned anytime soon.
Yeah, I thought it was, and I was like, wow, I'm late, and I didn't even get to vibe.
I think
I'm vibing.
I think you got about like 6 or 7 months until So we'll see.
Yeah, and I have personal projects coming up that I'll be showing on there because it's just for me and God.
There you go.
So
you're working with God. What's it like? Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Can you get me in or what?
Kind of a stickler, dude.
Yeah. I hear tickets up there are really hard to come by.
I know.
That's
huge
awesome.
fan, God.
Yeah.
Huge fan, by the way.
So
Great makeup.
Fantastic makeup. So we'll definitely put all those in the description down below for people to check out, and then. Just text me when those things start to come out. We'll share it with our Discord and stuff. We'll share it. And then if you ever want, anytime that you ever want to come back on the show, you are more than welcome.
Yeah,
this was
a lot of
so
anytime.
fun.
Yeah.
Yes.
So fun. I would
More
love
than
to come back with the rest of the caster crew. Everybody, whatever.
Once we finally get going and start revealing some stuff about the short film, then we can start bringing some of that stuff.
Yeah, maybe you guys can come to the shop sometime. I know I tell you that all the time. I'm like,
we were like, can we come to the shop and check out the suit? And I said it. There's a suit. Someone wears a suit.
Careful.
Oops, it is.
But and also
tie.
Not a bow tie. Oh, I got suited for my wedding, by the way.
Oh,
today.
nice.
Yeah. I went. Thank you. I went for a bow tie.
Yeah.
I did it.
Nice look.
I did
nice
it.
Classic.
Yeah. You know, Bond, James Bond, Juan Bond. Yes, no, we will do that, and I love any short film that we've done. I love doing behind the scenes stuff. So
awesome.
At some point, I'm probably gonna want to interview you, do a little mini documentary or something like that. I love doing shit like that. So.
That would be great. I can also hook you up with a really awesome documentary person guy.
Oh shit.
He does. He does
God.
a lot of camera stuff that for the shop, and he's awesome.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Shit. You want to work on a short film with us?
He might. I don't know. We could ask him, but yeah, super sweet dude.
Yeah, we expand the team.
Expand the team. Come, we're fun.
What's his rate? No, just kidding.
I don't know.
We'll talk.
We'll talk.
Comment below with your rate.
What's your rate down below?
Yeah.
So and then shout out to Reagan McNeil here.
Thanks for joining us.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah. How you doing?
She's kind of rude.
He spins around.
A little quiet.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be great. That'd be fantastic. Is this
What?
real hair?
No, it's totally synthetic, but I brushed it before we came.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah. No, shout out to you guys for filming at 8 p.m. I had so much time. It was awesome.
Did you? Okay.
Yeah, I'm not a morning person, so this is
okay.
primo. I was
Okay.
I couldn't tell if that was sarcasm or not because most people are not happy about it.
I
Why
love
it's
it.
10 o'clock right now on a fucking Monday, you psycho.
I love this. I'm here for this.
Okay, good. Thank God. So you can find all those links down in the description. So please check out Angie's stuff. Follow her. Support her on all things. Check out Immortal Masks. They're doing really fantastic stuff over there. And once the short film starts to come out and we start having stuff float around, we'll probably have you back on and talk some more in detailed stuff.
Yeah. I'm excited. Take your time, but I'm so excited.
Oh, we've taken our time.
Been a little casual.
Yeah. Real quick before we get into the shout outs of the show, King Sporkel sent a super chat. Thank you, King Sporkel. Most filmmakers, I like to separate it, and King Sporkel knows that, say the best film they ever made hasn't been filmed yet. This chick is cool. Say hi to Grace to me. Calvin's is
Thanks,
very
Calvin.
particular. Say hi to Grace for me, Wang out and Wang on. Thank you, King Sporkel.
Thanks, buddy.
He said, did y'all go to Christian's going away party? No,
We're not able to go. He did invite us.
No.
I was going to give him a shout out, I think, next week, probably.
Next week?
I was going to talk about it, but we're talking with Angie about this
Oh,
stuff. So
yeah.
next week I'll talk about it.
Yeah, we'll talk about it next week. So there we go. Thank you. Thanks, Calvin. I appreciate that. Okay, Angie, I apologize in advance.
Yeah.
Because every single week, we give a shout out to every Patreon supporter that supports us on a specific tier.
I love it.
And it's followed by a soundbite.
It's just a silly, out of context soundbite. Now, it's your first time on the show. I did take it easy on you. I didn't these are more tame from what we've played in the past with some people, but this is going to be very confusing. We're going to get through this together.
Should I
Let's
close
do
my
this.
eyes? I don't know.
Sure.
Oh, people have done that before.
Yeah.
All right. Aaron Woodley. Oh, well, you went really tame. Alec Relmer Young.
Hit the like button. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. If you're watching after the show is live.
There you go. Alexis Lopez. I don't know who that was. Arcadio Castellanos.
Yeah, I'm looking.
Billy Storley.
Listen, what he did, would you have done that?
Bobby Mitchell.
As we wait for that, James brings up shout out I can't fucking talk.
You know, you're doing this for so long. Brian Arsenault. Apologies for that.
Fave.
Again, I'm gonna.
Fave.
Favorite one so far. Okay,
Yeah.
good. Brian D.
Hey, little buddy.
Brian King.
Hey, little fella. How you doing down there?
Chris Jones.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm a piece of shit. Although,
Cindy Perez. Hi, Cindy.
oh fuck, I don't know what I'm just here to have fun, guys. Get off my fucking back, okay? Jesus Christ.
Connor Kennedy. Is that Josh? Jesus. FS1138. Giuseppe.
All right, so
Oh.
because I have
Good
like
one.
6 more of these are all from our friend Josh. We recorded him during Hereditary.
Oh, yeah. He hates horror films.
You said what?
Giuseppe. Harley Payne. This is in the theater, by the way. Like, in the movie theater.
I am
Watching
also that
Hereditary.
way in the theater. I am always doing the most.
James Lavario. Julia Connor. John Noto. Justin Dan Horn-Wen.
When I thought he was mine, she caught him by the mouth. Ooh, she get it ain't long months. She finally set him free. I told him he couldn't lie. He was the only one for
It's a
me.
very hard song to do karaoke
And
to.
is so good at that.
Carl Soderback.
Oh,
Cat Burger.
oh, Xenon.
Xenon? Girl of the 21st Century? No?
Oh,
You a fan?
the Disney movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Okay.
remember that movie. It was very hard to follow. Like, not hard to follow. I guess the way they talked was interesting.
Oh,
The-
okay.
The
Okay.
dialect.
Yes.
Continue, sorry.
Okay. Kyle Johnson.
Okay, Xenon.
Maris Thornton. Michael Bittner.
Professor Rhino, I'm glad you enjoyed the show. Thank you so much. Thanks
Yeah.
Thanks for all those rhinos. They need the education.
They do.
They really do.
They
So
do, and we thank
appreciate
you for professoring them.
Yes.
Is that a word?
Yeah. I don't think so.
Nah, teaching.
Nick Wade. Owen Hart. You know the beat. You know what it
I
is.
do know this song.
Ruben E. 25.
It's Spooky Mon.
Sangley.
Bulbasaur,
Senior Film.
Bulbasaur,
See, she doesn't know Pokemon as well.
Oh, that's right.
She doesn't know Pokemon. Sergio Castaneda.
Charmander,
Just no Charmander.
Charmander.
There we go.
Yeah,
There we go.
Fire
Fuck.
guy.
There we go.
All right. Yeah, I bet you like
I know
Charizard.
Umbreon. I like Umbreon because he's the goth one.
Yeah.
She's
Oh,
the goth
yeah.
one.
Yeah, yeah.
One of the
I've
Eevee.
always like,
One of the evolutions. Okay.
yeah,
All right.
yeah. I always liked Umbreon.
Okay.
Yeah, vague memories.
Okay. All right. You're winning. You're winning me back now.
You got it.
Sheridan Ponce.
or the Squirtle.
Stephanie Merritt.
And so I have to say who. Oh no, that was all the cheers. Fuck! God damn! Fuck! Son of a bitch! That's why I need you to hear.
I hadn't heard that one in so
That's a
long.
good one.
The
That's a
end
good
is
one.
so good. You really bring it home.
There's some context behind that one. I'll tell you in a
Yeah.
second. Stefan Solosi.
I can't do it, Mama.
Jesus.
That's our future. Terry Stockwell. TJ Jones.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Tyler Eklund.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Vin Kosha. And finally, Wiley Todd.
Ask you a question. And he said, nobody ever asked this question. And it must be because of MIT, my relationship to MIT. Very smart. He goes, I say, what would happen if the boat sank from its weight and you're in the boat and you have this tremendously powerful battery and the battery's now underwater and there's a shark that's approximately 10 yards over there. By the way, a lot of shark attacks lately. Do you notice that? A lot of shark. I watched some guys justifying it today. Well, they weren't really that
Justifying it.
angry. They bit off the young lady's leg because of the fact that they were not hungry, but they misunderstood who she was. These people are crazy.
Okay.
He said there's no problem with sharks. They just didn't really understand a young woman swimming now really got decimated, and other people too. A lot of shark attacks. So I said, so there's a shark 10 yards away from the boat. 10 yards or here. Do I get electrocuted if the boat is sinking, water goes over the battery, the boat is sinking? Do I stay on top
Still
of the
going. We
boat
got
and
20
get
more seconds.
electrocuted?
Still goes.
Or do I jump over by the shark and not get electrocuted? Because I will tell you, he didn't know the answer. He said, you know, nobody's ever asked me that question. I said, I think it's a good question. I think there's a lot of electric current coming through that water. But you know what I'd do if there was a shark or you get electrocuted? I'll take electrocution every single time.
Oh,
He got
thank
that.
God.
Okay.
So we could.
No, I do
Lord.
if there's a shock.
I love like a dude in the background. What he talking about? What's going on? Right before that too, he was like, "Oh, Biden." If because he was complaining about the teleprompter going out.
Okay.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, if Biden did this," he'd be all like, "Oh." Meanwhile, he's going off about fucking
A lot of shark attacks.
electrocution and sharks.
Yeah. You
Anyways.
got a lot of good rants.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who you voting for this year?
We're still doing that?
We're still
Okay, just checking.
Still doing it.
Yeah.
That's yeah. Whew. Anyways,
All right.
Angie, lovely to have you on.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
guys.
I hope you had fun.
What
I
a
hope you come
blast.
back on very soon and we can talk more horror. Once again, you can find all of Angie's stuff down below in the description. Check out her Instagram, her TikTok. Check out Immortal Masks, all that stuff. And then, yeah, stay tuned for more short film stuff that we have soon. Make sure you guys are liking the video, leaving comments, doing all the things. Any last words, Angie?
Oh, thank you so much.
Boom. There it is.
Original.
Bars. Cody, you got anything?
Nope.
I don't care.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
Hey,
Little
little buddy.
outro and let him giving shout outs to our Patreon supporters. You got like 20 more seconds. You don't have to listen in. He's just playing like little sound bites in here and there and stuff. Is your shirt?
It's Texas Chainsaw.
It is Texas Chainsaw.
Okay, Peanut.
The remake I like better than the original.
You did?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. I'm one of those.
That's crazy.
I know.
You know, I do think that the sunflower shots went hard. Like, they went off. When
Okay.
They, went in,
Yeah.
They knew what they were doing when they went into that sunflower field.
I don't know if they knew what they were doing in that original. That original one is wild.
What?
The original Texas Chainsaw.
Oh, yeah, like the 1971.
Yeah.
Or
They were just going out there doing the crazy shit. Hey, make sure y'all click all the buttons all around us. You'll see it eventually.
Click every button.
Click every button.
We'll
Bye.
figure it out.